Muscatine home style here at Muscatine Community Stadium. The 0-1 Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks, losers a week ago 34-zip to crosstown rival Cedar Rapids Kennedy, come into Muscatine and take on the Muscatine Muskies, 1-0 with a 23-6 win last Thursday over Davenport Central. Brian Musell and Joel Crossauer here. This pregame show sponsored by Affordable Metal Manufacturing. We're sitting high atop Muscatine Community Stadium in the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, let you hear from some of our sponsors, and Joel and I will be back to break this game down for you. You're listening to Muscatine Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hungry? Need something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather. Something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the Westside Store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from Westside Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir!
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
CBI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Mania program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
188 total yards, and boy, they really need to get something going on the ground tonight against the Muskies if they want to win this one.
Yeah, it's a challenge when you start out a season with a crosstown rival who's got some elite talent. They're a team that many of the sports writers across the state have predicted could be in the Dome come November, late October, and so they got to rebound from that. And just as we kind of talked about last year, the years prior don't mean anything coming into the new season. Sometimes that first game of the season coming into week 2, you have to ignore too, because you can grow a lot in that week 1 to week 2. Once you get live action training, as we like to call it, you realize what you do wrong. You can learn a lot in that week of practice. And both of these teams, will see who grew, and we'll see if anybody's taken a step back or not growing, because that'll be the difference in a game like tonight.
Jefferson turned the ball over 4 times. Kennedy got a couple of quick touchdowns and never looked back. Coach Mueller commented that Ezekiel Leggins, who only had 16 yards on 9 carries on film, does look like a pretty good running back along with Henry Garcenet. Sorry about that. And so Coach Mueller knows that the Muskies got to play as well as they did a week ago defensively. But tonight it's going to be about the Muskie offense. Kennedy's defense last week with turnovers allowed 34 points. I think their defense is better than that, and I think the coaches believe that. But the Muskies last week, Joel, really you saw a coming out party with a couple of sophomores in Eli Gay and Tim Nimley and steady play of their senior quarterback, Carson Orr.
Yeah, and I think that was a real surprise to me. I knew that there was talent on this team. It was just unproven talent. and they had a great opportunity on the road, your first game as a varsity player, playing the game on your first day or before your first day of school even starts last Thursday, and they were focused, they were locked in, and sometimes that's really hard to do on a day where you don't have the school day to kind of build in some rigor and build in some regimentation into these young men. So I was really impressed with how focused Muscatine was last week, and in pregame today, it helps having that senior quarterback who played meaningful snaps as a junior really kind of steer the ship offensively for the Muskies.
Muskies a week ago, Carson Orr, 19 out of 29, 190 yards with a touchdown, or also with a rushing touchdown. Tim Nimley, the rugged sophomore, only 5'9", 170 they list him at, but boy, he plays like he's 210 pounds. 23 carries, 151 yards, and a touchdown. And Eli Gay in the receiving game, 8 catches, 144 yards, averaged 18 yards a catch, and a touchdown, one at the end of the first half. They really opened up that game a week ago. That was a huge touchdown for the Muskies.
And I think Gay really surprised me. We knew kind of the commodity that Nimley was because he came up and played last year as a freshman. What Gay brought to the table is a lot of us knew what he was capable of because we'd seen glimpses of it at the sophomore level last year, or in his freshman year. But what it saw, I think the opponent was like, oh boy, Muscatine's got some dudes on the outside, and that kind of changes the mental aspect of it because they weren't expecting it. There was nothing on film that showed Eli Gay's ability. And now what we're looking at with Jefferson, they've had a week that they've seen kind of what that person does. And so that gives the opportunity for one of the other receivers to step up and maybe find some openings in zones because they may be shading a defender or a safety over to help out with Gay in the slot. So it could really create an opportunity for a senior like a Cooper Zek or a Will Zillig from the tight end position to really have some opportunities in the Muskie passing game.
Defensively for the Muskies, a tremendous team effort a week ago at Davenport Central. Did not allow a touchdown to Central, and they had several guys make big plays all night. You know, we want to single out, obviously, Dalen Shelengowski was all over the field. Brennan Broders had a huge interception late in the game on the 5-yard line to seal it. But, Joel, you can go up and down that lineup. You always know Dalton Sell and some of these guys are going to give you all that and more. And they get a plus tonight. Jonah Cook, who started at linebacker, inside linebacker, a year ago, was injured last week out with a concussion. He's back tonight, and he'll play a ton, so the Muskie defense gets stronger tonight.
And we talked about the coming out party for these youngsters on the offensive side of the ball. One thing that we haven't really seen, and this is taking nothing away from the great senior Nolan Bell, who's graduated, moved on from that inside nose tackle position, but TD, Toge Disa, did such a nice job playing that double A gap technique in this 3-4 defense that Muscatine runs. And when you have a guy who can do that interior, that lets the linebackers free flow. That lets your blitzing work so much more effective because that man is commanding a double team from a guard, and that opens up a lot of blitzing lanes, a lot of opportunities for your defense. It just makes everybody's job a lot easier when your zero technique or one technique is able to do his job well.
No doubt about it. TD, as we affectionately dubbed him, and everybody calls him that, and that's a lot easier for us in the box. And boy, when you come out and watch him live, you can't miss him. He's a stout interior run defender.
285-pound sophomore, and he's not he's quick.
He's got
really good athletic. He's hitting his hands. To see a young man use his hands like that, as an old nose tackle coach like I am, you see that, you just get excited.
Yes, no question about it. Folks, good seats still available. If you're in the neighborhood, you got about 10 minutes to get out here before kickoff. Great seats available. Beautiful night for football. Looks like the rain's going to hold off. We're going to step away for 2 minutes. You're listening to Muskie Football, and the pregame show sponsored by Affordable Metal Manufacturing from the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. Taking a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more pregame. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Classes start soon. Learn more at eicc.edu.
If your bathroom is dull and boring, stop by Rivo in Muscatine to view Kohler bathroom and kitchen products. Rivo's showroom will help you with ideas and work through Room is dull and boring, stop by Rivo in Muscatine to view Kohler bathroom and kitchen products. Rivo's showroom will help you with ideas and work with you to create a custom design. Is your sink stopped up? How about a dripping faucet? Rivo's talented team is ready to handle your plumbing problems. Rivo is the area's leading plumber and is now available to customers on the Illinois side of the river. Rivo is family owned and dedicated. Enjoy personalized service located at 1010 East 9th across from Family Video in Muscatine. Like Rivo on Facebook for examples of their work.
Uptown Motors reminds you it's time to winterize your vehicle, and Uptown Service is here to help. We'll inspect your vehicle's tires, belts, hoses, and more for the weather ahead and recommend any work to be done, including engine tune-ups. With winter driving comes an increased risk of collision. Uptown Motors has you covered with our new body shop. We make a stressful experience less painful with free estimates, loaner cars, and expert body repair backed by 50 years experience. We welcome insurance work and may be able to help with your deductible. Uptown Motors Service and Body Shop, Muscatine, just in time for winter and just in case.
At Non-Emergency Transport, we serve as an extension to your family by providing prompt and comfortable transportation for the elderly, individuals in wheelchairs, medical patients, or anyone in need. Whether it's a doctor's appointment, hospital discharge, or even a family event, 24/7. Non-Emergency Transport services the Muscatine, Quad City, and Iowa City areas. Call 299-3513 today. Non-Emergency Transport, safe transport. That's our promise to you.
Bettendorf chomping at the bit to pay them back after the last couple years. Davenport Central 0-1 at North Scott 0-1, and North Scott took a licking at West last week. Senior at Davenport North, 2 1-0 teams. North defeated Hempstead 11-10 last week with 3 blocked field goals. Davenport West 1-0 at Clinton 0-1. Pleasant Valley 0-1 at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Prairie's a good football team.
Yeah.
So Peavy, I know, doesn't want to fall to 0-2, but they got their hands full tonight.
And didn't Wahlert beat Assumption last night? Or did
No,
Assumption beat
Assumption took it to Wahlert last night. So there's your area roundup, folks. And after the national anthem here in a couple of seconds, we'll talk about our fine sponsors as we lead in to Muskies starting lineups.
I need to get a list of the drum majors.
Yes,
for
go
the
for it.
marching band. I don't have the full list in front of me, but Destiny Williams, I know, is one of them, the daughter of Dwayne Williams, former Muscatine football coach, and Christy Roby Williams as well, a tremendous musician. And all these musicians, I think the marching band has over 112 students in it this year when you include the color guard. And I'm sure I butchered some numbers. We'll get those numbers tuned up as we move on through the season. But
folks, all season long, you can listen to Joel and I, 860 AM, 95.1 FM, voiceofmuscatine.com. Immediately following the game, you can watch this game on the voiceofmuscatine.com website. And it's shown on Channel 9 all weekend long, 10, 3, and 8, 9 times, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Getting ready for the marching band's national anthem here.
And folks, here's our national anthem. great rendition of our national anthem by the mighty Muskie Marching Band. And Joel, you got some great sponsors that make this broadcast possible.
Absolutely. Uptown Motors voted best used car dealer with full service department 2 here in Muscatine. Affordable metal manufacturing by Factory Direct with a personal touch. Get the last roof you'll ever need from Affordable Metal Manufacturing. CBI Bank and Trust. Ask about their Hometown Hundreds program. And Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza. Ask about their rewards program.
It's a great program, Joel. I can answer that, but
I need to
I don't
talk
want
to
to
you
steal the
more about that.
airtime here.
Yeah, we could talk roofs and gas rewards all day long.
All night long.
I couldn't get to the flag from where I'm in the press box, but so thankfully there's a young man who has an American flag on the back of his USA basketball shirt in the house tonight. We've got the Jayhawks from Jefferson and current Hawk from Muscatine. Joey's
not sure
in the audience
who that
tonight.
kid is. I don't think anybody knows him. And it's great to see Joe back supporting his alma mater tonight.
Got a weekend off before the real grind kicks in.
The real grind. And the Hawkeyes, of course, open up in football tomorrow, 2:30 hosting Northern Illinois.
You can catch that game on Vintage Sound 93.1
yes, you
FM.
With who?
Gary
Dolphin, Buddy Boy, and Eddie Podolak. Pre-game show, of course, here sponsored by Affordable Metal, and we're high up top, Muskie Community Stadium, Uptown Motors broadcast booth. I want to bring you the starting lineups tonight, sponsored by Great Clips. And, folks, this is based on the initial information we got. If these aren't exactly right, pardon me, but I'll give you the Muskie offense first. One wide receiver, Zach Hardy, 6'1", 170 and a junior. Eli Gay, the big gamer from a week ago, 5'10", 165 and a sophomore. Carson Bordy, 6'4", 170 and a senior. The tight end, Cooper Zeck, 6'3", 195 and a senior. Left tackle, Tony Nitzel, 6'3", 185 and a senior. Left guard, Thomas Lobianco, 6'3", 215 and a senior. Center, Tanner Niehaus is back, 6'3", 210 and a senior. Shane Mathias at right guard, 5'9", 240 and a senior. And Xander Stolfus, just the sophomore, 6'2", 240. Bright future for him and a sophomore. Quarterback Carson Orr, 6'3", 175 and a senior. Tim Nimley at tailback, 5'9", 175 and a sophomore. So the Muskies are 3 sophomores in their starting lineup on offense, a junior and 6 seniors. On defense, Jonah Cook gets a start at defensive end, 5'11", 185 and a senior. Toga Disa, 6 foot. I did say that right, correct?
I think you're close.
Okay, 6 foot 285, TD and a sophomore. Dalton Sell, the other defensive end, 6 foot 220 and a senior. Will Zillig at one outside linebacker, 6'3", 215 and a senior. Brennan Broders inside, 6'2", 185 and a senior. Tim Nimley, double duty, 5'9", 175 and a sophomore. The other outside backer, Dalen Shelengowski, huge game a week ago, 5'9", just 170 and a junior. In the defensive backfield, Tak Portilla, 5'9", 150 and a junior. Trey Tovar, the other corner, 5'10", 150 and a senior. And the safeties, Prince Wee, 5'11", 175 and a sophomore. And Tegan Schmelzer, 5'11", 165 and a senior. So 3 sophomores start on defense as Nimley a two-way starter. And it looks like 4, 5, 6 seniors and 2 juniors. And those are your Muskies starting lineups, sponsored by Great Clips.
Yeah, I need to get to Great Clips. I'm due for a haircut, so hopefully we don't get one of those stand-up shots on the video where they can see who am I kidding? I'm going bald anyway, Brian. I don't really need my hair. Some other fine sponsors of our broadcast today: Quality Transport, owners Ken and Dana LaRue, and they have a new 21-passenger limo bus to go along with all of the other non-emergency type transportation that they do with that business, along with the Burrito Factory, home of the Wet Burrito on Park Avenue in Muscatine, and Trucks Unlimited. Bridget and Marty Mills support local student activities. Fine folks down there at Trucks Unlimited. The wind has really picked up. Since the sun has started to go down.
And folks, the Muskies haven't yet come on the field. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick 60-second timeout and be back with opening kickoff. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Bob Davis here for Uptown Motors, serving you for over 58 years in Muscatine. Our reputation is built on word of mouth and generations of providing high-quality, pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and sport utility vehicles. We are proud to sponsor the Uptown Motors broadcast booth, and we recognize how much these young men and women in all school activities invest. And remember,
when used cars, now is the time.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, please come down, give us a shot. We'll help you out any way we can.
Hi, my name is TJ Deere. I'm the General Manager here at Toyota Muscatine. Our information is free, so give us an opportunity to earn your business.
Home is your most valuable asset. Protect it with a metal roof from Affordable Metal Manufacturing.
After a hailstorm, we had damage to our roof. We got a new steel roof from Affordable Metal. The service was excellent. The contractor put it on really fast, and my wife and I love that our new steel roof has added value to our home.
Call Affordable Metal Manufacturing in Muscatine at 563-264-8212 and ask about their standing seam roofing sale.
Into the end zone and threw it. A great kickoff by Carson Bordy. And Jeff will start 1st and 10 on their own 20.
That was a big kickoff there for Bordy. A shout out to Mark Dukes, former editor of the Cedar Rapids Gazette, who is tuning in Cedar Rapids tonight. His grandson plays for Jefferson and tuning into our broadcast.
The Dukester, yes. Great to have you aboard. Cedar Rapids Jefferson, the Jayhawks. Talked to Doug Krieger today. He told me that he played Jefferson back in, I think, 71 or 72. He really remembered that night. That was something else. Coyle under center. He's going to keep it. Options to the right side. He's got some room. 30, 35 down the sideline. Midfield 45 and knocked out of bounds by Prince Wee. But a huge run on 1st down by Jacob Coyle for the Jayhawks, and they're going to spot this one on the Muskie 36-yard line. So a huge gain on 1st down of 44 yards right out of the gate.
Yeah, when you can have a quarterback who's got that level of athletic ability, that really kind of makes the team have to stay honest. Something Muscatine did so well last week was play assignment sound football. They got caught a little bit in a twist game there, and the assignments got muddled up a little bit.
Gabe Coyle to the left on 1st down. Jake Coyle gets a snap. He gives inside to Leggins. He fights inside the 35 to the 32. A gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. So Jefferson a week ago got off to a rough start. They're off to a great start here on the road in Muscatine.
Yeah, we know that these backs are not only well-talented, they're also well-coached. Jermel Lewis, former University of Iowa tailback, the offensive coordinator and running backs coach for Jefferson. That guy's got some knowledge and some skill to pass down to these youngsters.
Coyle under center. He gives to the up back, and that's Robinson. And he's swallowed up and taken to the ground. No gain. Dalton Sell, who else? And it'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you're starting to see kind of this midline option game that Jefferson likes to run. 2 backs, 1 bigger type fullback who can really tote the rock. Quarterback has already shown his ability to run in the option game. So, again, Muscatine's got to make sure that they all are doing their job. Defense is 11 guys doing their specific job and doing it correctly so that they can be successful. Hawkins
split to the left. Twin receivers to the right for Jefferson. On 3rd down, we'll call it a long 5. Outside the 31, Coyle gives to Robinson.
There he is.
And TD swallows him up. Toga Deason, he's going to lose 2.
Really nice.
Back to the 38.
Really nice blitz called there by Coach DJ Hawkins. Outside linebacker Shelengowski twists into the B gap. Safety fills up to have the option come in that side. That allows the whole line to slant and TD to beat his man to take up that fullback.
3rd down, actually we'll call it 4th down and 6 now from the Muskie 32-yard line.
Looks like the punt team coming on.
And now they're going to bring the punt team on. Muskie defense held after that huge run.
They're looking at a field goal here. No, sorry. I thought I saw a T in number 5's hand there. It was just his wristband.
Going to say into the wind, that would be a long one, and this is going to be a delay of game. As Jeff took a little while to make that decision, but I don't think it's going to bother him. Jacob Cross is the punter. The Muskies don't have anybody deep, but now with a 5-yard walk-off, they may. And there goes Eli Gay.
Vision Center PC bringing you Muskie football, the leaders in eye care. See them in Muscatine, Tipton, and Wapello.
Cross gets a snap. He gets rid. It's blocked in the backfield. Ball on the ground. The Muskies blocked the punt. They got in there in a hurry. And I don't know if it was Zillig or Sell, but one of them blocked that punt.
Tony Nitzel in there, too. He recovered the ball. I'm not sure if he was.
Have to watch a replay on that, folks. There was 2 or 3 Muskies that busted through there so fast and blocked it right off the foot across, and the Muskies have 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line now.
It was a rugby-style punt that they were just slow developing, and Muscatine did a great job to cover the foot of the punter.
Muskies 2 by 2 on either side, Orr and Nimley. Nimley starts early, no flag, gets a handoff, and he buries his way over midfield to the 49, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that's the thing, you think of a guy, you look at Tim, and he's not the most imposing statue of a running back because he is a little bit on the short side, but he can run between the tackles. He's a very skilled runner, very strong legs, and he's really nice in between the tackles.
Muskies go 3 receivers to the right and Hardy to the left. They give to Nimley over the left side. Tim to midfield, cuts it up in the 45, out of bounds, a late hit, no flag, but it's going to be a 1st down run by the sophomore Tim Nimley. And he's a load. He's ready to go for the home opener for the Muskies. It'll be spotted at the 42-yard line, a gain of 7, 1st and 10 Muscatine.
Patient run there from the young sophomore, waiting for his blockers to get out in front of him. Didn't press the hole so fast that he didn't let it develop. Nice job.
Twins on each side, 1st and 10. Orr back to pass, flares it out, got a man, Gay. He breaks a tackle, 35, and knocked out of bounds. Just outside the 30, it'll be another Muskie 1st down. 8:56 left in the first quarter, no score, and the Muskies are marching.
Nice, efficient 3-step drop there for Orr, and he just was able to quickly get it out to Gay. And both of those guys, Nimley and Gay, typically make the first man miss.
Gain of 12 right at the 30. Orr gets a snap, pump fake. Now he rolls to his right. Carson flares out. He's got his man, and it's Carson Bordy. And he's down inside the 25 at about the 23. Gain of 7. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
Tempo here. Bordy's the guy that if Muscatine can get going, look out.
Muskies go trips right. They give it to Nimley. Tim running around left end, and he's swallowed up. And he's going to be taken down for a loss in the backfield. Back at the 26. Good pursuit on the play by number 24, Jacob Thompson.
Yeah, Jacob Thompson, great job meeting Nimley there in the hole, getting his head across. He didn't get into the ground, but he has absolutely stopped his momentum.
2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 25. Gay, Zek, and Bordy to the right for the Muskies. Hardy to the left on 3rd and 5 from the Jeff 25. 8:03 to play, first quarter, no score. High snap over Orr's head. Carson falls on it to 36. 11-yard loss. It'll bring up 4th down, and the Muskies going to have to kick this one away.
Yeah, a tough break there for the Muskies, but smart decision by Orr to fall on it, not try to do too much. Because if you do go for a punt here, a punt situation.
Well, Jake's thinking about it. He may go for this. It's 4th down and 16 Muskies from the Jefferson 36-yard line. And he has the wind at his back.
They may take a delay of game here.
And they
try
could
to
and then punt.
More yardage to punt.
I know Jake wants to go for it. He hates kicking a football.
4th and 14 or 15 in the first quarter, though. Field position is king on a game like this.
And the Muskies are going to take a delay as it's inside of the 5-second. You watch the back judge there. And here comes the flag.
Sometimes I wish you could just, like, the intentional walk, you could just say to the official, we're going to take the delay here. Just take 25 seconds off the clock, and we speed this thing up.
There you go. So the Muskies take a delay of game. 7:10 to go first quarter, no score. Both teams' opening drives had some spark, but both ended in punts as Carson Bordy on to punt for the Muskies. And Ezekiel Leggins stands on his own 5-yard line to receive this one. TD on the swinging gate there, Joel. There's Bordy. And there's the punt. It's a good kick, but it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So Jeff will take over right there, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
So both teams here have had their offense have some success, but their defenses have really risen to the challenge. Jefferson kind of shot themselves in the foot with 2 penalties, and then Muscatine had the high snap over the quarterback's head. So some mistakes early, but also some really nice things from both offensive units and defenses making adjustments on the fly. This is what you want to see in week 2. So both coaches have to be encouraged with what they're seeing.
Game time temp was 75 degrees at 7:56. Thank you to Kirk Butcher Plumbing and Heating, plumbing. Kirk, you're not in the heating business. You don't need it. I know that. So Kirk Butcher, thank you for the time temp sponsor.
He did some work on your house, didn't he?
Oh, he's still doing some. Yes. Great man. Great company. 1st and 10 Jayhawks on their own 20. Robinson and Leggins in the backfield. Coyle back to pass, shoots it out over the hands or out of the hands of number 12. Jackson Snyder on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And when you see this replay after the game, watch Tovar on this play. It's an incomplete pass, and it was high. It was a high throw from the quarterback for Jefferson, but he was driving on the wide receiver. Perfect timing, perfect placement. So even if he had made that catch, he was right there to make the tackle.
2nd down and 10 Jayhawks. 6:53 to go first quarter. No score. Jefferson 0-1 on the season. Muskies 1-0. Robinson lines up as a fullback. Motion man is Coyle. Here's Jake Coyle. He pitches it out to Leggins. He cuts it back, and the Muskies are there. They string it up for no gain. Several Muskies in on that one. Prince Wee from the secondary came in.
Tegan Schmelzer did a great job of forcing it back inside. He was right there. He had pitch man, and he forced it back in where he had help coming in pursuit.
Muskies safety's doing a great job on that play. 3rd and 10 Jefferson on their own 20-yard line.
You're seeing less and less of this true option football at the 4A level with 2 backs. I know they're running some shotguns and pistol, but they consistently have 2 backs in the backfield.
Twin receivers to the left for the Jayhawks. Hawkins split to the right, back to pass Coyle, sets his feet, shoots it down. Hawkins on the sidelines. Incomplete. Great coverage by Tak Portilla for the Muskies, and the Jayhawks going to have to kick this one away.
Yeah, nice job by T. He had the 9 route going on the outside. Drove that outside arm right into the hip of the receiver, forcing him to have to use and using the sideline as an extra defender. It's not interference. It's just playing the ball, and really, really nice technique from the junior corner.
Muskies blocked the first punt of the night. We'll see what happens this time as Jacob Cross is back. Standing on about his own 10-yard line, the Muskies have Eli Gay on his own 47. Wind into the face. Cross, rugby-style kick, gets rid of it. Gay runs up, catches it. Oh, he breaks a tackle at midfield, and he's down to the 43. Good tough run by Eli Gay. Jacob Thompson made the tackle. That could have been a bigger play, but a return of about 8 yards. And boy, Gay showing some strength there too.
That was one of more of the impressive 7-yard punt returns you're going to see at the high school level. Did a nice job. Honestly, you might want to see a young man call for a fair catch in that situation, but you appreciate the aggressiveness.
He's fearless. You like that in your punt returner.
And he handled the ball nicely.
Bordy and Hardy to the right for the Muskies. Gay to the left. Or pump fake. Now he gets it to Gay in the slot. He loses the ball. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Eli couldn't hang on to that one. Be 2nd and 10 Muskies.
They had him on the slant. He was trying to wrangle it and hit the brakes and get right back to the outside.
I like Jake Mueller, though, getting some easy throws early for Carson to get him in a groove. Trips right for the Muskies. Zach to the left on 2nd and 10 from the Jeff 43. Or tosses it to Nimley. They string it out, but Tim breaks a tackle. Breaks another one, but he's hammered hard to the ground finally. And out of bounds by number 55. And that is Mason Long for the Jayhawks.
And they're going to catch Muscatine with a holding. Number 52, the left tackle, is going to get called for the hold. I don't have that number.
That's Thomas Lobianco for the Muskies.
Tom Lobianco. For some reason I have him.
Bryant's up there playing in the offensive line. The Mathiases, of course. And Xander Stolfus.
And that was one of the more impressive units from last week's game, was that offensive line. And they've come out doing a lot of really nice things. That's an unfortunate penalty, though.
So a spot foul there takes it all the way back to the Muskie 44. That'll bring up 2nd and 22 for the Muskies. They go 2 by 2. Or Nimley in the backfield. Carson back to pass, sets, looks, throws. Incomplete. Shooting it for Gay over the middle. Good coverage by the Jayhawks. 3rd and 22 for the Muskies.
Yeah, that was a good play call, trying to get some of it back. And you still can do that here. You don't need to get all 22 yards here in this play. Obviously, you'd like to. But in the middle of the field, you have an opportunity to get, if you get close, it's a 4th down situation.
Trips left for the Muskies on 3rd and 22. 5:37 to play in the first. No score at Muscatine Community Stadium. Home opener for the Muscatine Muskies. Nimley in motion to the right. Or back to pass. He looks to his left, gets it to Gay in the slot. Eli breaks one tackle, but he's hit hard. And he's going to go down after a short 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 20, and the Muskies are going to have to punt this one away. And Joel, Coach Mueller can't be happy to have the win in the first quarter and have a penalty and a stalled drive twice. I know he wanted to make some hay with a win.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of what's going on so far, but these are things. They played so clean penalty-wise that first week, and no turnovers for Muscatine in week 1. And so right now they've avoided the turnover bug, but the penalties have bitten them here a little bit.
Hezekiah Leggins is back. Muskies with a new punter here. And there's a good kick down there. Leggins retreats. He's going to let this one hop, and this one is going to go into the end zone. That punt was by Maurice Wright. Or excuse me, I was looking at the Jeff roster. Sorry about that.
Josh Frazier?
That was Josh Frazier. Josh, sorry, buddy. Had to flip it over. Bordy's done all the kicking until there.
Yeah, I just had about 3 extra yards of roll on that, and that's a coffin corner.
So it'll be first down Jayhawks, their 3rd consecutive possession where they started on their own 20-yard line. 4:49 left in the first quarter. Defensive struggle early here. No score. Cedar Rapids Jefferson comes out. Jacob Coyle at quarterback. Gabe Coyle at receiver to the right. And Hawkins split out to the left. Leggins in the backfield with Coyle as they go double tights. There's a give to Leggins over the left side. Over the 20, 25. He's got room over 30. 35 and brought down from behind. Shelengowski and Schmelzer get him to the turf, but not after a gain of about 16 or 17.
Yeah, really
good run on first down.
Yeah, nice run there by the back for the Jayhawks. You know, Liggins, he's got some power in that lower half too. You can see it from all the way up here in the press box. The way that these high school strength and conditioning programs have developed, I mean, these programs in these bigger cities, Muscatine's got a tremendous program. These kids, they are prepared to play this game if they've committed the time to the weight room.
Coyle to the left, Ligon to the right. On 1st and 10 from the 37, they flare it out to Ligon. He catches it. He races to the edge. Tia trips him up. A great tackle by Takpor to get him down, and that could have been a big gain. It's going to be a short gain of about 5, but that could have gone a lot farther.
Yeah, Takpor is going to, when they see that on film tomorrow when they get together, or Sunday, whenever they do that to get together and watch that film, he'll see how he started to drift a little bit to the inside. He's got to keep himself even or with a little outside shade to that receiver so he doesn't give up that edge on those quick outs.
2nd and 5 for the Jayhawks on their own 43-yard line. Double tights once again. Leggins in the backfield. Jake Coyle barks out the signals. Muskies show blitz, and here comes Nimley.
And
they get him down. Shelengowski, TD. Nimley blew it up, and the cavalry came a-coming. And it's going to be a sack on the play back at the 38-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 4. It'll be 3rd and 9 Jefferson from their own 38.
That was a little riverboat gamble from the young middle linebacker. He thought he knew the snap count, and he took the bet. And
really close to an offside.
Snake eyes on that one.
Yeah.
He was good to go.
Coach Hawkins and Schultz got to be pleased with the timing of that. 3:10 and ticking first quarter. No score from Muscatine Community Stadium, broadcasting high atop in the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. Twins left for Jefferson. Hawkins to the right. Coyle gets it. Now we've got a whistle and delay a game. Once again, that's the 2nd time on Jeff here in the first quarter.
Well, and you wonder, I mean, Muscatine Stadium is one of the few stadiums that these kids are going to play in this year that doesn't have a play clock in the end zone.
Right.
So, you know, at Kingston where Jefferson plays, you know, we played at Brady Street last week, it's there. You wonder if some of these quarterbacks have gotten used to always having that play clock in their vision.
And a lot of stadiums don't play on grass anymore, believe it or not.
The surface is in great shape.
Yes, it is. 3rd and 14 after the penalty. Back at the 33. Coyle back to pass. He flares it over. Ligon has it. He's out. He's going to lose yardage back to the 30, and it looks like a horse collar, I believe.
He had him by the waist.
Or is it a face mask? But they threw the flag right at the spot of the tackle. We'll see what the call is here. Right in front of the Jefferson bench.
I could see the action of the player, but he had a hold of his waist, and I'm not sure what the exact definition of it is.
And it's personal foul, face mask on Jefferson. See, we thought –
I was prepared for the worst on that one.
Yeah, I didn't – you know, that was on the far side.
So it must have been on the stiff arm. He grabbed the face mask of the defensive player.
And we'll see. With the wind going into them, we'll see if Coach wants to decline it. It's going to be 4th and long if they decline, but 15 yards is always a hard penalty to turn down. But they do decline it. Now Gay will go back, cross trots out for another punt.
Which they've blocked one, and they were close to blocking the second one.
Correct. They were close last week to getting Central. 2:20 left in the first, no score. There's a snap, cross rugby-style kick. He gets rid of it, a low one. It's going to take a big hop, and this one's going to roll favorably for Jeff inside the 30, and now we've got
I'm not sure if it's roughing or if it's running into. I think it's going to be the 15-yard variety, though.
We will see.
We'll see.
And it's personal foul. That's a 15-yarder on the Muskies.
So it'll be an automatic first down then for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. And Broders just got a little egregious on his pursuit of the punter and shoulder to chest, and they called it the personal foul.
4th and 21. And it's a roughing the punter. 15-yard penalty out to the 45-yard line. And some of the Muskie faithful don't like that call.
Well, Coach Mueller kind of has the same opinion, and I'd be curious to see what the rule book says on that. I'm going to have to start bringing it.
Joe Wieskamp hollering and screaming in front of us at the officials.
Oh, we've got
just kidding.
We've got Father. We've got a priest who's not even happy about that in front of us as well.
No names. Yeah.
Father Nicholas. We'll just say that.
It's an automatic first down for Jefferson, 1st and 10 on their own 45. Coyle gives to Leggins over the left side. He breaks a couple tackles. Ball almost came out. It's going to be a run up to the 44. Good tough run of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Jayhawks.
We'll just chalk some of the officials' distraction to the neon student section of the Muscatine Muskies.
Yeah, boy,
tonight.
Colorful crowd tonight. We didn't get the memo, Joel, or we would have definitely been rocking the orange or the lime or something.
I would look like a giant, one of those DOT cones in the middle of the highway in road construction season.
2nd down and 6, Jayhawks on their own 49-yard line. $1:40 to play. First quarter, no score. Twins to the right, Hawkins left. They've got a fullback in, and they give this one to Leggins. He's strung out by Brennan Broders, but he breaks a tackle. Great crackback by Coyle. Midfield, 40, down the sideline, 30, 25, and bumped out of bounds.
Got a flag back
And they are going to call a flag on that, but Coyle came back, the quarterback.
This is coming back.
With a big-time block, but this is going to be
erased. They might call an illegal crackback. Yeah, illegal.
And they're calling it on
they're
Jefferson.
calling it an illegal crack.
And the Jefferson fans don't like that. So
and the thing is that is a hit. That is a play that is being legislated out of every level of football, and it should be.
The blindside block.
And it absolutely
Correct.
should be. You can be there. You can come back in the play and block a player in the blindside, but you cannot make contact above the shoulder pads, and you cannot. They have to have turned to see that you were there. They have completely changed that rule. And, you know, some of us, that was our favorite play that we ever were able to execute as a player, but there's just no place in it.
And
it wasn't a dirty play.
Always the highlight block, and you're right. That's been taken out for safety. It was really a great block by Coyle, but it was high, and that really sprung him, and that was close to Jeff, you know, being down. They would have been down near the 20-yard line.
And it wasn't a headhunt. It wasn't a situation. We saw it clearly. That young man wasn't trying to do anything egregious. He was just trying to spring his guy. But that play is just always going to be a penalty. Anyway.
So it's back to the 25-yard line, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 30. There's a give straight up the gut. Nowhere to go. The Muskies stack it up. Short gain on the play of about 4, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 26.
Penalties have just really played a part of this first quarter. That's been the bugaboo for both teams. And they've not been the little procedural penalties. They've been the ones kind of in the middle of the play, which sometimes those are a little bit easier to swallow as a coach because they're usually a penalty that's preempted by effort and not by a mental mistake.
I would look for Jeff to milk this clock, run here, and run the clock out so they can punt with the wind.
Yeah.
We'll see if Coach Mueller, after this play, burns a timeout so they kick into the wind. And now we've got a timeout.
Jeff's calling a timeout.
There goes
right
my
now.
theory is Jeff calls a timeout. With 29 seconds left in the first quarter, no score. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Let Vision Center PC help you with those dreaded three little words, back to school. Until September 1st, we are offering children 18 and under free transition lenses with the purchase of a complete pair of eyeglasses. Protect those delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays. Call our office today to schedule your child's back to school exam. 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care. To schedule your child's back-to-school exam, 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
Back at Muscatine Community Stadium, 29 seconds left in the first quarter. No score between the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks and your hometown Muscatine Muskies. Third down, 26 for the Jayhawks on their own 29-yard line. There's been big plays in this game and big plays negated by big penalties. Coyle.
False start.
And there's a false start. Did they call it? Leggins gets it.
They're at least going to call an illegal shift.
Cuts it over the left side, and he's at the 30, and now near the 35 before he's brought down. There is a flag.
I think that they're going to rule a legal shift or at least two men in motion.
And it is a motion penalty on Jefferson.
Yeah, but it looked like the left guard actually.
I think Coach Mueller was asking why it wasn't a pre-snap foul.
He's going to maybe decline the penalty.
He's going to see if the clock will start maybe.
So they might be declining, and then they're going to call a timeout.
Okay, they decline the flag. So it's fourth down.
That's a really smart timeout there for Coach Mueller.
Yeah, and we thought he would do that.
Yeah.
With this wind as strong as it is, we're going to leave it right here because we'll have a quarter break coming up. But the Muskies burn a timeout now, too.
Well, and those are the things you often don't think about a first quarter timeout being a deciding factor in the ball game. But when you have a weather condition like this, with as windy as it is, coming at Muscatine's back, this is a huge field position timeout, and these are the sort of things that in close games, in early season games, they make a huge difference. So this is showing, why it's great to have a coach who's been at the helm for 9 years, because these situations are not new to them. They're thinking about it. The assistant coaches always are talking about things like this. I was reading and listening to an interview with Nick Saban today. Friday is their situation day as a coaching staff. They have a meeting where they walk through situations and they make decisions like this before they even walk into the game. And I know Coach Mueller in his out-of-season preparation, he's always talking to other coaches about these sort of details, not just X's and O's, but how to better manage the game.
Cross on for the punt. Muskies don't have anybody deep at the moment. 22.9 seconds left. And there's Cross running to his right. Rugby-style kick, gets it away. Nobody back. So this one's going to roll. And it's going to be downed at the 16-yard line with 11.9 seconds left in the quarter. So the Muskies will get the win for one or two more plays, depending on what they do here on first down. Some of our great sponsors at the half. Remember, Pete's Tap will sponsor our halftime show. Post-game sponsor is Quality Transport. First and 10s brought to you by MCC, Muscatine Community College. Red Zone sponsor, and the Muskies haven't been there yet. First National Bank of Muscatine. The point after haven't had one yet. Rivo Plumbing. And after the game, offensive and defensive players of the game brought to you by CBI Bank and Trust. Muskies have trips to the left. Orr gets a snap, gives to Nimley. Tim cuts it up center, 20-25. Out near the 30 and a first down to the 31-yard line. Nimley for 15.
I love that call. You just call a timeout to preserve the wind. You get the ball back. You're thinking you're protecting it so you can throw, run the draw play, get a big yardage gain.
Let's see if they go up top here with 6 seconds left. And now the clock is running. Carson
gonna snap it.
Gonna let this one roll out. And he does get the snap off. Nimley gets it again over the left side. And he's stacked up. Tim breaks a tackle. Gains a yard out of nothing. It'll be 2nd and 9. Folks, we played a quarter, no score between the Jefferson Jayhawks and the Muscatine Muskies. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Home of the 40s, serving Muscatine, Wilton, West Liberty, Iowa City, and the Quad Cities area for years. Pete's Tap serves appetizers, wings, burgers, fish, and more. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 2 a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10 on Sunday. Pete's Tap has over 30 different sauces for wings. Take advantage of their abundant sauces during Monday's 50-cent wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar, come as you are. Pete's Tap proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies!
Community Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of area high school athletics and activities. You can find Community Bank and Trust locations in Columbus Junction, Muscatine, Wilton, and Wapello. Here's to a great year in the classroom and on the field. Visit Community Bank and Trust online at www.commbk.net and download the free Community Bank and Trust mobile app available for iPhone and Android devices. At Community Bank and Trust, they put people first. Member FDIC.
Brian Musell, Joe Crossauer, and the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. A reminder that Facebook game highlight video, every game is brought to you by Toyota of Muscatine, the good people there. Trips right for the Muskies on 2nd and 9 as we open quarter number 2. No score. Carson Orr gets a snap, high snap. He gives to Nimley. Nimley, Sutter steps to the right. He cuts it back, and he's met in the hole for a short gain. Good string out there by number 14 for Jefferson. That's Chris Molinex.
And then a nice pursuit from the backside there from Kenneth Moore for the Jayhawks.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Muskies from just shy of the 34-yard line. Orr gives to Nimley. Tim over the left side, and he's stacked down. He's going to go down near the 35, and the Muskies have a man down slow to get up. Hardy, but he gets up.
Yeah, receiver, stock blocking out there on the edge, and the tackler kind of, and Nimley actually kind of rolled it back into his legs. And he's going to go ahead and take a knee, which is the right thing to do.
Zach came up a little gimpy there. And it's going to be 4th and 7 from the 35. The Muskies punting into the wind this time. And Bordy back on to punt this one. Nicole Calvert, the great athletic trainer of the Muscatine Muskies, coming out to check on the junior wide receiver. Leggins will be deep for Jefferson. He stands on his own 30-yard line. So Jeff will have the wind here in the second quarter. Let's see if they can make any hay. They don't really put the ball in the air, though.
They're going to have to if they want to win this game. I have a feeling.
There's a snap, Bordy. There's a kick, and this one's partially blocked, it looked like. And it's going to be downed out of bounds. Good pursuit, so both teams with a blocked punt. And this one's going to go out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the Muskies. So 6 yards net there on the deflected punt. And Jefferson in business on the Muscatine 41-yard line.
I was actually just going to say that when you block a punt, you have about a 70% chance to win the game. That just seems to be how the numbers roll out.
Now it's 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know what those stats are when both teams block a punt. I need to look that up.
Yeah, that's a head-scratcher, Joel.
I forgot my 2-point conversion card tonight. I usually have that up here.
Exactly. Robinson and Leggins in the backfield. Ligon to the right, Hawkins to the left now. Slot receiver is Leggins. Coyle in the pistol, back to pass, sets his feet. Going to take a shot, and it's off the hands of a wide-open receiver, Kenneth Moore, the big tight end. And he would have had a lot of room to run if he catches that one.
Yeah, right there in the seam. That's something that Jefferson must have seen, was going to be there. They tried to exploit that hole in the zone, and I just got to look it in, young man.
2nd and 10, Jayhawks. 10:55 to go in the first half. No score. Jeff with the wind here. Strong wind tonight. We don't have that, Joel, but I would guess 15 to 20 miles an hour. Twins left. Coyle right. Jake Coyle gets a snap. He rolls to his left, looks, flares it out. Leggins in a flat, 35-30. First down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. He's taken down on the play by Prince Wee and Tak Portilla.
Those little RPOs, run-pass options, you're starting to see more and more trickle down into the high school offenses. And the quarterback Coyle there, he pressured the edge, sucked up the defense, and there was a receiver just waiting for that pitch, and unfortunately, it looks like the receiver is down.
Leggins is down with a cramp on our own Steve Wieskamp. is down there tending to him until the Jeff trainer gets there, and good sportsmanship on the Muskie sideline. Hopefully it's just a cramp. He's a fine-looking young player, Hezekiah Leggins.
Now we've got it's an interesting night because it's not hot, but it's been warm enough all day where if you haven't managed your hydration in the last 48 hours, these are the nights where you're like, how is anybody cramping up? It's a beautiful evening. Well, it's because, you kind of got deceived by the last couple of cool days that we've had, and people aren't intaking as much water as they need to. And
now both teams getting a water break. And we talked about this a week ago, Joe, although when you get to be my age, you cramp up getting out of bed in the morning, so I guess it just depends on the level of
so you need to get one of your
fitness level, huh?
You get one of your vitamin waters or Gatorades or waters from West Side Store and
exactly.
Godfather's Pizza.
There you go.
A great sponsor of Muskie football, along with First National Bank, 3 locations. Proud sponsors of Muskie activities. Rivo Incorporated, your custom fireplace headquarters in Muscatine. And Pete's Tap, so much more than a bar. Maybe not your hydration source for cramps, but maybe other things after the game. Get some wings after the game this home
You
game
can
today.
get completely hydrated at Pete's Tap.
Community Bank and Trust, they put people first. And Bosch Pest Control, don't squash them.
Bosch them. Hezekiah Leggins walks off under his own power. He'll be fine once he loosens up, and we'll see. Robinson looks like he'll take his spot at tailback. And they bring in a big guy there to play fullback, and that's Peyton Smith, 6 foot 220.
It's a guard.
He's a big boy. 1st and 10 on the Muskie. 23. There's Coyle rolling to his right. Sell under pressure. Flares it out, incomplete. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. Dalton Sell, relentless pressure on that play. Forced the quick throw, and it's incomplete.
And you've heard us talk about Dalton on the wrestling meet and on the wrestling mat. Tremendous wrestler. Coaches told us before the game that they clocked him at a 4.7 40-yard dash here coming into this football season.
Yeah,
that's a beast.
He hadn't played football, I guess, since middle school. He came out last year as a junior. It was all over the place, so I knew he'd have a big senior year. And he's off to a great start. 2nd and 10 Jayhawks on the Muskie, 23. 10:32 left here in the first half. No score. Jayhawks in their Carolina blue uniforms. Twins to the right. Hawkins left. Robinson in the backfield. Back to pass. Coyle throws it out. He's got his man complete. And up the sidelines and out of bounds, Thompson. First time we've seen him on offense. He's made a couple of big hits as a linebacker. And it's going to be down to about the 14-yard line, just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Dalen Shelengowski just a step away from a big sack there, and that's really one of the first big hits that Coyle has experienced this game.
3rd down and 1 Jayhawks. Deepest penetration either team's had in the enemy territory on the Muskie 14-yard line. No score. Coyle back to pass on 3rd and 1. Flares it incomplete. Not sure where he was going, and there's a flag, a late flag.
Roughing the passer on Brennan Broders here.
Brennan Broders got a shot on the quarterback, and it is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer on the Muskies.
He's roughed the kicker and the passer in this game, and got to dial it back just a step. They've not been intentional. I mean, he's just trying to play through the play, but
it's hard to turn that motor off. Plays hard every snap. And this is going to be an automatic first down. They're going to march it inside the 10, half the distance down to the 7. So Jayhawks will have a 1st and goal from the Muskie 7 with 10:24 to play here in the first half. No score.
We'll see if Brennan can atone for those with another red zone interception like he had last week.
He had the game-sealing interception on the road last week. Robinson lines up as the deep back on 1st and goal. Option to the right. Coyle keeps it. 5 touchdown. Jacob Coyle goes in from 7 yards out. And the Jayhawks, with their first score of the season, lead the Muskies 6-0 with 10:19 to play in the first.
Nice play there. The little speed option in the red zone. And 2 men went with the pitch man, and that left the quarterback wide open.
PAT now as Cross comes on to kick this one. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 10:19 to play in the first. Cedar Rapids Jefferson 7. And the Muskies nothing. We're stepping away for 60. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Hi, it's be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex, or maybe your just doesn't work. Whether it's a service call, remodel, or new construction, Kirk Butcher Plumbing brings you quality, friendly service with over 40 years of experience working for you. Kirk Butcher Plumbing is the area's leading plumber serving all of Muscatine County, offering you the best rates, so you not only get experience, you save money as well. And his fast, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Call Kirk Butcher today, 264-6105. I'm hungry. Let's get some lunch.
Where do you want to go?
I know. Have you tried the Burrito Factory's wet burrito?
Wet burrito? What's that?
Oh, first they press your tortilla right in front of you. Then they fill it with your choice of chorizo, pork, chicken, steak, or al pastor. Then you get your pick of fresh veggies, guacamole, and sour cream, all rolled up and smothered in their house queso sauce.
That sounds amazing.
I know, right? Let's go. The Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine.
Cedar Rapids Jefferson goes 41 yards in 6 plays after the block punt. It's capped off by a Jacob Coyle 7-yard touchdown run, and they lead the Muskies 7-zip. There's Gay taking the kick at the goal line. He's at the 10. Stutter steps to the 15, 20. There's a flag. He's up over the 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 43, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to get a hold on one of the Muskie up backs. Back at around the 19, 18-yard line, so that's going to come back half the distance. We'll be inside the 10 to start this drive.
And you're right, Joel. Last week, a really fairly clean game, especially for opening night. And Coach Mueller can't be happy with some of the big penalties they've had thus far. They've shot themselves in the foot several times.
Yeah, what a perfect kick there from the Jefferson kicker. That thing came right down at the 2-yard line. And you never know if that thing's going to bounce back into the field or into the end zone, so you got to field it as the return man.
And Gay showed you something again there. He just kind of got a little bit of an edge to the left and really left people in his dust. Muskies go twins to the left. It's Bordy and Hardy. To the right, it's Zek and Gay. Nimley in the backfield. Carson, our 1st and 10 from the 8. They give to Nimley. Tim over the 10, and it's stacked up there. Jefferson stacked it up immediately in the interior of the defensive line. Big number 77 made a nice play, and that's Titan Myers.
Yeah, with a name like Titan, number 77 is a good
Titan should be a defensive tackle, and he is. 2nd down and 6 Muskies from their own 12-yard line. Stack on both sides. There's Orr, pitches it to Nimbley. He dodges a tackler, but he's taken on for a loss. Good initial contact that time by number 8, and that's Gabe Coyle, and cleaned up by Thompson. Going to lose 2. It's 3rd and 8 back in the 10. Muskies still going at a quick tempo here. Into the wind, down 7-zip with 9:15 to play in the first half.
Tim's got to make sure when he spins, he's got to keep that ball still close to his body.
3rd and 8 Muskies from their own 10. There's a high snap. Orr gets it, rolls to his left, throws incomplete, and the Muskies, this isn't what Coach Mueller wanted. Going to have to punt on a 3-and-out from their own 10 into this strong wind.
Yeah, so far the wind's been a major factor. Both quarters, the team that's had the wind at their back have really controlled the field position of the game. It's been playing on this side of the 50-yard line all game long. Buffalo Wild Wings, good sports, good fun, bringing you Muskie Athletics.
B-dubs.
And Harper Cycling and Fitness. Go see Greg and Charlie.
Bordy in his end zone, gets it halfway in, and there's the kick. There's another flag, a roughing, and it's going to be on Jefferson. The Muskies may get themselves a first down out of this as the punt goes dead on the 43-yard line. And it's personal foul, roughing the kicker on Jefferson, and you talk about a costly mistake for Jefferson.
I don't know.
They're going to get the ball in great field position. You just don't do that.
I don't know if I've seen a game where two teams have mirrored each other as much as we've seen tonight. One team has an error, the other team, a few series later, gives it right back to them with the same penalty. It's uncanny how identical these two teams have played tonight.
They would have had 1st and 10 on their own 4. I mean, we're thrilled. The ball is 1st and 10 now. Muskies, after the 15-yard march off, on their own 25. Twins to the right for the Muskies. Hardy wide left. Tim Nimley behind Carson Orr. And now Nimley shifts in front of him on first down. Orr back to pass, pumps it over the middle, and it's incomplete, deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good job there from the defensive line for Jefferson, realizing they're not getting to the quarterback, getting their hands up. Big, tall defensive end. It looks like number 84 got a piece of that one. That's Ashton Schulte.
Twins left, Gay to the right. Muskies trail 7-zip, back to pass. Or blitz is on. They throw it to Gay in the slot, and he's swallowed up. No gain. It's actually incomplete. Good coverage by Robinson. So there's 8:50 to play in the half. Muskies going hurry-up tempo, and they're down 7-zip. 3rd and 10 on their own 25. As Jefferson a week ago talked to some of the Muskie coaches, they thought their defense played pretty well against Kennedy. Turnovers just left them in a bad spot. Trips right for the Muskies on 3rd and 10. Zeckett tight end to the left, and now Nimley motions left, or back to pass, sets his feet, rushes on, rolls to his right. Carson throws on the run, and it's complete. Up near the 38, first down. That's a great throw by Orr and a great catch by Carson Bordy, first down Muskies.
Yeah, rolling to his right, finding his receiver, throwing the ball where only his guy can get to it, and a tremendous catch.
Bordy did a good job screening the defender off there, Joel. Kind of like boxing out for a rebound. 14-yard gain. 1st and 10 Muskies from their own 39.
Is that a Pythagorean connection?
I don't even know what that means. There's Gay in the slot, 45-50, and taken down, first down, gain of 11. As he's hit down and taken down by Leggins, who's back in the game. Muskies back-to-back throws for first downs, and they have 1st and 10 at midfield.
I'll have Al Hilton explain that to you at halftime.
Al, I won't remember it, but he can explain it. 1st and 10, Orr gives to Nimley. Nimley over the left side. They string it out. Thompson can't get him to the turf. Nimley breaks a few tackles. Boy, he's tough. And he's still running inside the 45, down to the 40. Folks, that's as good a 6-7 yard run as you're ever going to see. Tim Nimley refuses to go down.
And as an offensive lineman, when you've got a back who's working that hard, you have no choice but to just keep your motor going because he's working really hard. You got to keep going. And Muscatine, the whole line, continuing to push in that scrum.
2nd and 3 Muskies from the Jeff 43 and a timeout Jefferson. As they want a timeout, 7:55 to play in the half. Jefferson 7, the Muskies nothing. We're stepping away for 30. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Visit Harper's Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or
Protect your home with Bosch Pest Control. Bed bugs, Asian beetles, spiders, fleas, crickets, termites, moles, and more. Bosch Pest Control uses cutting-edge technology to protect your home from these annoying pests. Bosch Pest Control is always training their technicians so they will be able to provide you the best service and protection. Bosch Pest Control, 1103 Grandview Avenue, Muscatine. Call 263-7965. Don't squash them, Bosch them.
down, they're actually gaining some field position. So you're taking the chance for 6 and playing that field position side of it. This is where you're starting to see more and more teams be more aggressive at this position.
4th and 2 from the 14 in the First National Bank red zone. Go see Sharon Hahn for all your real estate loan needs. Sharon Hahn at First National Bank of Muscatine. Trips left for the Muskies. Carson Orr. He's going to keep it over the left side. First down, 10. Down to the 7. Great call by Jake Mueller. Everybody went with Nimley, and Orr had an alley to the left and a 1st and goal Muskies.
The beauty of this play is the formation. This is actually an unbalanced formation with 2 receivers out. One is actually ineligible and is essentially an offensive tackle. And that it caused the misalignment, which allowed Orr to have that wide open running lane.
Bunch to the right, 1st and goal from the 6. Orr gets it back to pass, sets, pumps, throws it, got a man. Complete back near the 10-yard line, but it's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 yards for the Muskies. That was Brady McDaniel for the Muskies.
Yeah, the tunnel screen attempt there for Muscatine.
Going to lose 4. And it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Muskies from the 10-yard line.
Just excellent defensive pursuit for Jefferson there.
5:05 left in the first half. The Jayhawks 7 and the Muskies nothing. Hardy and Gay split wide left. McDaniel to the right for the Muskies. There's a give to Nimley up the gut. Tim breaks a tackle down to about the 6. Going to gain those 4 back. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, probably another 4-down situation here at the time we've got left in the half here with 4.5 minutes to go. You want to get a touchdown out of this.
4.5 to play. Muskies going into the wind here in the first half. They trail 7-zip. 3rd down and goal from the 6, First National Bank red zone. Kim Bartling in the stands. First National Bank's very own. There's Orr, pump fake over the middle. Touchdown! Cooper Zach! The tight end snares it. And the Muskies are on the board with 4:13 left in the first half on a 6-yard pitch and catch from Carson Orr to Cooper Zach.
A little tight end pop just right there in the seam. Lots of aggressive downhill action from the Jefferson linebackers on the play action, and there's just no margin for error on that type of play at the goal line. Great completion to Cooper Zach.
Now Hardy races off the field. Muskies shift as they're going to go for the traditional extra point here. Orr will hold. Looks like Tony Nitzel's the snapper. And Bordy on for the PAT. Good snap, good hold. And the kick by Carson Bordy is good. 4:13 to play in a half. And we're tied at 7. Muscatine and Jefferson. We're taking a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Marcus Mills here from Trucks Unlimited in Muscatine. We've got tons of truck and trailer parts that every do-it-yourselfer needs. If we don't have it, we can special order it. Nothing is too big or too small for our customers. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, just stop in or call us, and we can help find the correct part, and we will even replace it for you. At Trucks Unlimited, we save you time and money by being local. Stop by and see what we have to offer. Trucks Unlimited is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
Back at Muscatine Community Stadium, and the Muskies with their first home touchdown of the season. Carson Orr's 6-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Zech, and we're tied at 7 with 4:13 to play in the first half. And that really fired up the crowd as they're back into it. Brian Musell, Joel Crossauer here from the Uptown Motors broadcast booth, and this next kickoff is sponsored by Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza.
Just a great to see a senior like Cooper Zech get that touchdown. You know, first home game of your senior season, first touchdown going to you. And, you know, he can really be an effective target and a player in the red zone because he's a big kid, about 6'1", 6'2", and he can get up. And he's got big hands, good rebounder on the basketball floor. Just one of those all-around good tight ends.
All-around good kids, too. 40 with the run-up and the approach and the kick into the wind. Taken by Robinson at 17. Cuts to his left, 20. Dances to the 25, 30, and the Muskies get him to the turf at about the 33. So Jeff with pretty good field position at their own 33-yard line with 4:06 to play and the wind at their back. It's been a really dead even football game so far.
And Muscatine will get the ball at the beginning of the second half, but with 4 minutes, and they've got one timeout left. You get an incomplete pass, get a 3 and out here. You could get another possession here going into half.
Muskies with Togadisa, Dalton Sell, and Tony Nitzel up front. Shellengoski, Nimley, Zillig, and Broders, linebackers. Back to pass. Coyle on first down. Flips it out. Caught by Hawkins and out of bounds. Good hit by Tak Portilla, but it's going to be a gain out to about, the 39-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, really good tackle there from T.
Played a lot of football a year ago, still a junior. A lot of good football left in him this year and next year. Muskies have some good young talent and some good senior upper-class leadership and talent also. Twins left for the Muskies, for the Jayhawks. There's a give. This one goes straight up the gut to Robinson. The Muskies stack it up. Tony Nitzel in the initial contact, along with Will Zillig. And he's out to the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Joe Heyman listening in Urbandale tonight, Brian. Saying we're doing a decent job. That's a compliment coming from a true pro like him.
Joe is a pro.
Class of
yes, he
81?
Is. 81. He doesn't want me to say this publicly probably, but he's good friends with Splinter. But Joe, I feel your pain on that one. 3rd down and 2 from the 41 for Jefferson. And now we've got a blown whistle, and it looks like another timeout. So the Jayhawks burned timeout number 3 of the first half. 3:16 left. We're tied at 7. We're stepping away for 30. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Marcus Mills here from Trucks Unlimited in Muscatine.
Visit Harper Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or city cycling. Stop in and ride away on a new Trek or electric bicycle, professionally assembled and adjusted for you riding around town or across the state. Harper Cycling and Fitness has an agenda to make the world a happier, healthier place by getting more people on bikes more often. Harper Cycling and Fitness in Muscatine is your bicycle headquarters. When you think bikes, think Harper's. Harper Cycling and Fitness is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
And Joe Hammond, you're welcome in us press box anytime. Just want to let you know that. You know that when you're in town, you come, you stop by unannounced, and we'll let you call a few plays or whatever you want.
It'd be sardines, though. It's a tight one up here.
Yeah, it is tight. I'll gladly step aside.
Did you ever play that game? Like
you've heard Joe's voice.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the Barry White of play-by-play. I mean, smooth, golden tones.
Does that make you the Marvin Gaye?
And there's Leggins over the right side. He spins out of a tackle and up near the 49-yard line. Good run on 3rd and 2. He's going to gain 8 out to the 49-yard line. And Jefferson with a first down. 3:10 to play. They have no timeouts, though. Wind at their back, and the way they don't really push it downfield, so Muskies just got to keep getting them to the ground on short gains here.
But just when you think you're playing a team that's not going to push it downfield, as much as they run the ball, that's when you see that play action, and you see them challenge you deep. So you cannot sleep on the athletes that they have on the outside because they are talented, including receiver number 3 who's come into the ball game.
Hawkins.
For them. Hawkins, he's shown some speed.
There's Robinson up the gut, and the Muskies stack him up, nowhere to go, maybe a yard on the play. And that's Dalton Sell. Who else? It'll be 2nd and 9 from midfield. 2:38 and ticking.
And I want to say, last week I think I mentioned about the non-district games, completely forgetting about how they have changed how that all works this year in Iowa high school football. These non-district games now affect the RPI, so you do want to get these wins because they could be a tiebreaker considering your schedule.
Twins left for the Jayhawks. 2nd and 8, back to pass. Coyle fires down the middle, got a man more. The big tight end catches it, and he's down to about the 36-yard line. 13-yard gain, 1st and 10 Jayhawks on the Muskie 36 with 2:12 left.
Tegan Schmelzer did a nice job there to tackle the streaking tight end.
Hawkins to the right. Twins to the left. Leggins is in the slot left. Back to pass. Coyle shoots it down the field. He's got Leggins. He catches it inside the 15. Muskie's got to get him down, and they do right there, but a gain of about 21. And there you go, Joel. We said they didn't push it downfield, back-to-back passes, and they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 on the Muskie 15.
Yeah, now it gets where your defense needs to bow its neck and understand you've just gotten a gift now because you've got a little bit tighter angles. It has to be perfect throws in the passing game. Just get some tackles in there and do your best.
Garson is checked in at tailback.
You do not want to give up 7 points here at the end of the half.
Double tights. It's Garson. Now they go on the Wildcat as they give it to Leggins, and he cuts it up inside of Muskies. Dalton Sell stacks it up along with Schmelzer and Tony Nitzel.
As a Miami Dolphin fan, I like the Wildcat just about as much as anybody, but anymore, it's really made it, people have figured it out. That unbalanced line, it's easier to see, and you're just limiting your options. Unless you know that guy has got a chance to throw it, it really kind of, I'm not saying it's easy to defend, but it's easier to read your keys.
Down to the 13, 2nd and 8 on the Muskie 13. 109 and ticking here in the first half. We're all tied at 7. Jacob Coyle under center with double tights. Option to the right. He pitches to Leggins. He's hit hard and pushed out of bounds. Good initial contact by Tak Portilla. And he's down out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at about the 10-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 5.
This is that old midline game, the reverse pivot out from the quarterback, option back the other way.
Did Hayden do that with, or not Hayden, Kirk didn't do that with Jamel Lewis?
No.
Where's Jamel getting this
Maybe
stuff?
in the Brad Banks days, I'm not 100% sure, but that's some nice little old school some football there. You don't see that reverse pivot very often.
But they do it well. 3rd down and 5 Jayhawks from the Muskie 10-yard line. 57 seconds left in the first half. Jacob Coyle in the pistol, back to pass, sets, shoots it, got a man, and he drops it. Ligon had a first down at the 4, couldn't hang on, and it's 4th down, and we'll see if the Jayhawks run out the field goal unit.
I think you go for it here with a short time on
Boy,
the clock.
the wind at your back, I'd hate to leave points off the board, and it looks like they don't have a timeout, so they got to make up their mind. And they're going to go for it.
Go for it here. I'd go for it here.
53.9 seconds to play in the first half.
Incomplete pass, so that's why the clock is stopped.
So they took a while to make up their mind here. They've got twin backs as they bring Thompson in on one side and Leggins on the other side. Coyle back to pass, sets, shoots it. Intercepted by Brennan Broders, but there's a flag at the 5. Broders went high in the air and caught it at the goal line, but we'll see who the penalty's on.
I don't know.
Let's see who the flag's on. This could be a huge call as the Muskies had held.
An eligible receiver
and
downfield.
It's the Muskies hold.
Decline it.
They'll decline it and take the pick. No doubt about that. So Jefferson decides not to kick a short field goal, which would have been 27 yards with the wind at their back. They go for it on 4th and 5 and throw an interception at the goal line. Not sure about that, Joel.
Yeah, so Brennan Broders, he doesn't always intercept passes, but when he does, it's at the goal line.
Yes.
Two back-to-back
2 weeks
games.
in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
He's our end zone protector. And the Muskies now going into the win, 49 seconds. They have the ball just outside the 1-yard line. We'll call it the 2. They put Zek in at H-back, so they go the power formation. And a bunch right. And they give to Nimley. Timmy cuts it over the left side. They string it out, but Nimley refuses to go down, and now
he's out.
Breaks another tackle.
What's the whistle for?
They were blowing a whistle, and Tim was running. But they blew him dead inside the 1. You're right, Joel. They blew the whistle when Nimley was on his feet on the left side.
Yeah, there's...
And the ball is barely out of the end zone.
Yeah,
Jeff was swarming to the ball, but they couldn't get him down. Clock at 35 and ticking.
The clock should not have stopped.
No, you're right. Exactly.
Because if they blow him dead there, then he was inbound. So
Muskie's got to run another play here. And they're just outside of the goal line. Orr gets a snap, gives to Tim. Tim cuts it back up inside. Breaks a tackle over the 10, 15. 20, and Nimley out of bounds right at the 20, a 19-yard gain, as Tim Nimley is just a human bowling ball. 19-yard run to get the Muskies some daylight here with 12 seconds to go in the half.
I had a person kind of stop me at the grocery store this week and ask me about Tim, and I was just honest. This is nothing against any of the running backs of recent history. We've had some great ones, Alfonso Soko. Tim's one of the more impressive ones I've seen just because of the power in his game.
He's got a different way of running, and they give it to Orr, and the Muskies take a knee. Folks, that's the half. It's 7-7, Jefferson and Muscatine. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and we're going to be back with the Pete's Tab halftime show. Head sophomore coach Mike Truitt will join us. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Guess what? Friday, Thursday is coming for you. You've been the best day of the week for far too long. But now every Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings sells boneless wings at a discounted price. That's right, Friday. Thursday's looking real confident. And it's not afraid to use partial-priced wings to be the big man on the calendar. Boneless Thursdays. We do it for you. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. See participating locations for details. Void where prohibited.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the Westside Store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from Westside Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth. And I speak fluent French. Garbage. Chaise lounge. Mayonnaise.
Au revoir. Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Community Stadium at the half, where we're all tied up. The Muscatine Muskies with a late touchdown in the second quarter tied Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and we sit tied 7-7. I'm joined at the half by Muskie head sophomore coach Mike Truitt, whose sophomores went to 2-0 with a 20-14 win over the Jayhawks in the first game. And coach, you guys separated yourselves with a couple of second half touchdowns there. Hard fought, well played game. It was really fun to watch. And, really, I thought Jeff competed hard. Your kids, of course, competed hard. And you got some nice plays from Menor Cooper and Draves at quarterback. And some of your guys made big plays when you needed it. But been very impressed 2 weeks in on how well I believe your defense plays. And they seem very well coached, and they know where they need to be.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, defense was huge. We really felt like, with that first group of our defense that we could have played all night and kept them out.
Agree. Kids are having fun. They're flying to the football. You've got a good blend of speed and strength and size. And, you want to mention a couple of the kids out there. He looks really athletic to me, and he plays line for you, Roberts. And I'm watching him play, and he just walks around like, and I know as a sophomore, you're really trying to see where they project as seniors, but I think he's got a chance to be a pretty darn good football player down the road.
Yeah, he goes hard. He doesn't take any plays off. Obviously, he's on both sides of the ball. He's a great long snapper, too. Yeah. Does an excellent job at long snap. They actually bring him up for the varsity afterwards just in case they can use him in a quarter for that purpose.
Which is very valuable to have a guy like that can fill in those roles for you, too. 2 weeks in, and you never talk about who you don't have. But it's really impressive to start 2-0 knowing what you don't have in that class. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to mention, Timmy Nimley and Eli Gay and Stolfus and some of these other kids, Prince Wee. There's 4 varsity starters that are part of that group. But my point is that shows you the depth of that group, that these guys come out and compete. And those kids are actually, you got guys now with extra opportunities to do things they may not have the opportunity to do. They're only going to get better and better as the year goes on and help them in the future.
Oh, exactly. And we talk about that a lot because when you move that many sophomores up to start at varsity, some of the guys that get left behind maybe get a little down on them, hey, I didn't get moved up, but those guys did. And I really try to reiterate the point that them moving up allows other guys to step up into that position and play where maybe normally they would get half the snaps, and now they're playing both sides of the ball all night long, and you can't beat game reps.
You can't beat game reps, and it's really going to help down the road. It's no doubt that, Coach Mueller, you talk about it with every successful program, your 2 deeps have to be good and competitive in the second line and good enough to start when needed to make your football team better. If you don't have competition in practice, it's really tough to go out on Friday nights and play to your best.
Right, yeah, and that was something that I talked about after the game is we have to do a better job competing in practice, not just being happy with being 2-0.
Right.
Or these guys, like I said, now they're 11-0 in their high school career. We can't just go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and go through the motions because we're 11-0 in high school. Yep. We have to compete, and we've had guys move up. Logan Skipton's another kid that was nowhere on the depth chart, and he's busting his hump in practice every day, and now he's on that 2 deep, playing 2 receiver for me as the second receiver when a guy needs a break. So practice tonight was our big focus, is coming in every day and getting better, because we talk about you're either getting better or you're getting worse.
Right.
You don't stay the same.
You never
no matter
stay
what
the same.
You never stay the same. So this week we struggled a little bit in that area, and so this game was a good eye opener for us.
It was good test. Give me an example of one guy that you had a year ago, because you had that group that are juniors. Give me an example of one guy you had a year ago that's really taken a big push in his stride and is really showing up big as a junior this year at the varsity level.
We got a couple guys. Zach Hardy's another, one that was kind of in and out of that starting lineup. Another one that caught a pass, but unfortunately went backwards, was Brady McDaniels.
Yeah.
Those guys were kind of in the lineup, out of the lineup, and now they're playing up here. And again, the varsity has great competition because they've moved, 6 guys up, and those guys are wanting to play 3 years.
Right.
And so it makes everybody better.
Yes,
it really
it does.
And it really helps the varsity. And again, I've talked, with you on at halftime here. We're a player development program. We're looking to develop guys for the next 2 years, possibly 2.5 years at the varsity level, and I think they're starting to see that now.
Well, job well done. You've been doing a fantastic job. Your team last year didn't win a lot of games, but I thought they busted their butt and competed every week, and that's showing this year because those kids are juniors now, and they're contributing big time at the varsity level. Coach Mike Truitt's team on the road again next Thursday at Davenport West. Coach, thanks for joining me. Best of luck next week at West.
Thanks, Brian.
Coach Mike Truitt, 2-0 Muskie sophomores. And now Ben Nitzel will come in with the new movie review of Superman 4. Just kidding, Ben. Coach Nitzel, we're
evening.
At the half now, and this game really, in talking to some of the coaches before this one, kind of playing out the way I think I anticipated, kind of a low-scoring slugfest. Some big penalties on both sides at critical times have hurt, and the Muskies really came over that big turnover at the end of the half, as this is a 7-7 game. But both teams with some big plays, but also big penalties to halt them. What do you think of the first half so far?
Yeah, I think you sort of nailed it on the head there. It's been a bit of a defensive struggle. I think the old classic bend but don't break line for both defenses.
The old black and blue division.
Yeah, there's been some ball movement for sure, but they just haven't been able to punch it in, and that certainly I would think favors the Muskies a little bit here.
Tim Nimley, what do you say about a guy like that? I wouldn't be shocked to see Jake get him the rock 15, 18 times here second half. He's just – I really think as that second quarter went on, I think he's starting to have an impact on the Jefferson guys coming up to hit him. I think he's starting to wear him out a little. That's just my opinion from here.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think he's very, very talented. Tremendous runner. His ability to get yards after contact, very impressive. And I'll tell you the other thing, too, about is he makes other plays happen because, on that touchdown there on the goal line, they ran a little play action with Tim, and everybody that wasn't guarding somebody came flying up on Tim, and that allowed those inside slant routes to be wide open because there's no safety help.
Right.
What are you going to do? If you only have 7 in the box, you're not going to stop him. So
Right.
he not only helps you by running the ball, he opens up some other things as well with his threat.
I would look for Gay to bust a big one here in the second half. Defensively for the Muskies, a solid, very solid first half. Jeff did open it up when they did have the wind at their back. The Muskies will receive the kick and probably be going into the wind here in the third quarter. So it's really pivotal for their defense to hold them off the board, I would assume, Ben, and have the win in the fourth.
Yeah, no, I think not to let him score seems like a good game plan. I'd agree with you there.
That's my philosophy.
That's hard-hitting analysis. That's
keep him out of there.
No, I agree. I think that's going to be a big third quarter for the Muskies. And, I'll tell you, I really got to say that I've been really impressed with some of their senior defenders. I mean, Dalton Sells has been outstanding. Will Zillig, Will has seen a tremendous amount of growth from a sophomore. I was a little skeptical if he'd be able to handle that starting inside linebacker, and really done tremendous. Very impressive with him. You've gotten some good play out of the Tovar guy. Tony Nitzel had a big pressure there.
Broders with another end zone interception.
Yep, Broders gets another
at the goal
pick
line.
there. Absolutely. So, really on the offensive side of the ball, it's a little bit of the story of some sophomores who can make some big plays. But defensively, I think you've got some kids who are experienced, who bought in the program and are really putting forth some tremendous I'd say some of the best games I've seen out of those guys in their career, really, these first two games. At
the half, folks, Ben Nitzel joining us. One more question, Ben.
Yeah.
Bears or Packers next Sunday night? Who do you got? The Trubisky era is officially underway. I know Rodgers he's way overpaid at $35 million a year.
Yeah.
But it's Mitch Trubisky's time. So you got to be a little nervous going into next Sunday night.
Super nervous, and I think you're right. I don't think there's a Bears fan in the country that would pay $35 million a year for Aaron Rodgers. No, if you can't get that guy for $19 million, you wouldn't want him, would you?
Hey,
just
we only gave Cutler half that much.
Yeah, not only you just watch his reality show, now you got programming for Sunday night and Monday.
Oh, that's fun. Had to slip that one in.
That's the most work that guy's done on Monday in 10 years, being on that reality show.
Muskie sophomore assistant coach Ben Nitzel, 2-0 sophomores with first half varsity analysis. The Muskies and Jayhawks are tied at 7. Ben, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday night at Davenport West. Folks, we're going to take a 1-minute timeout, and Joel Crossour will be back with first half stats. You're listening to Muskie Football, the halftime show sponsored by Pete's Tap, home of the 40 ounces and wings. And we're going to take a 60-second timeout. Listen to Muskie Football on KWPC.
BI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Media program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Classes start soon. Learn more at eicc.edu.
Of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. Joel Krausar, Muscatine Muskie football, all tied up 7-7 at halftime as they take on Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks. Statistical leaders for the Muskies during this halftime show. Tim Nimley, 15 carries for 72 yards. Carson Orr, 7 for 12 for 43 yards passing and a touchdown. And then you've got 3 catches for Elijah Gay for 20 yards. And Cooper Zeck, 1 catch for 7 yards, but that 7-yard catch was a touchdown. So really good first half in the Muskies. Nice balanced attack, not as potent as it was last week in the first half. And Brendan Broders with an interception there in the red zone as we wound down the first half. You're listening to Muskie Football, and the halftime show is brought to you by Muscatine Community College. The marching band has left the field. Teams are starting to come back out. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half of Muscatine against Cedar Rapids Jefferson on KWPC, AM 860, FM 95.1, KWPC.
If your bathroom is dull and boring, stop by Rivo in Muscatine to view Kohler bathroom and kitchen products. Rivo's showroom will help you with ideas and work with you to create a custom design. Is your sink stopped up? How about a dripping faucet? Rivo's talented team is ready to handle your plumbing problems. Rivo is the area's leading plumber and is now available to customers on the Illinois side of the river. Rivo is family owned and dedicated. Enjoy personalized service located at 1010 East 9th across from Family Video in Muscatine. Like Rivo on Facebook for examples of their work.
Uptown Motors reminds you it's time to winterize your vehicle, and Uptown Service is here to help. We'll inspect your vehicle's tires, belts, hoses, and more for the weather ahead and recommend any work to be done, including engine tune-ups. With winter driving comes an increased risk of collision. Uptown Motors has you covered with our new body shop. We make a stressful experience less painful with free estimates, loaner cars, and expert body repair backed by 50 years experience. We welcome insurance work and may be able to help with your deductible. Uptown Motors Service and Body Shop, Muscatine, just in time for winter and just in case.
At Non-Emergency Transport, we serve as an extension to your family by providing prompt and comfortable transportation for the elderly, individuals in wheelchairs, medical patients, or anyone in need. Whether it's a doctor's appointment, hospital discharge, or even a family event, 24/7. Non-Emergency Transport services the Muscatine, Quad City, and Iowa City areas. Call 299-3513 today. Non-Emergency Transport, safe transport. That's our promise to you.
Hello, this is Jimmy Greenhoff from Toyota Muscatine, and I would love the chance to earn your business.
We have a great selection of new and used cars. Now is the time.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, please come down, give us a shot. We'll help you out in any way we can.
Hi, my name is TJ Deere. I'm the General Manager here at Toyota Muscatine. Our information is free, so give us an opportunity to earn your business.
Some other fine sponsors. We got a couple minutes before second half kickoff. Westside Store Godfather's Pizza, our kickoff sponsor. All first and tens are brought to you by Muscatine Community College MCC. Red Zone sponsor, First National Bank of Muscatine. The Point After Try brought to you by Rivo Plumbing. Offensive and defensive players of the games after the game brought to you by CBI Bank and Trust. Questionable call of the game. That'll be Vision Center PC. And Joel, maybe a little bit on that rugby style punt.
That roughing.
The roughing, that could have been questionable. Time and temp was Kirk Butcher Plumbing. Facebook game highlight video brought to you by Toyota Muscatine. Pre-game show sponsor, of course, is Affordable Metal Manufacturing. The halftime show, as we mentioned. Post-game show will be sponsored by Quality Transport. The starting lineups tonight were sponsored by Great Clips, and our broadcast booth sponsor, as always, Uptown Motors. Thank you, folks, for making this broadcast possible. Our replays right after the game tonight on voiceofmuscatine.com. You can watch this game if you didn't make it and listen to Joel and I. You can watch the video replay immediately on the Voice of Muscatine website, and you can watch a replay all weekend long, 10, 3, and 8 on Channel 9. That's 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. on Channel 9, and get Muscatine's home for the Muskies. Joel and I, KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM, as we bring you all the action.
Including the marching band. So while you got to interview the coaches, I was able to stand out and watch the marching band. Their opening night of the season, an outstanding job from Jeffrey Hyde and Lee Plummer's band charges. Little Tchaikovsky, Romeo and Juliet theme to kick it all
Tchaikovsky.
off. Tchaikovsky.
And that is not pronounced that way then, right?
Tchaikovsky.
Okay,
Peter
gotcha.
Ilyich Tchaikovsky. Music major coming in handy right there.
You are, and that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I can say it, but I see it spelled. I'm like, what is this?
Well, it's just one of those things where you see that we see the football team every single week, and they have a sports page in the newspaper. But one thing that we've seen when you're here early in the morning, you have a job where you're going to the store or whatever, you get to see what's going on between at 6 a.m. this parking lot over here by the pool
Yes.
is half full because there are athletes here who are lifting, boys, girls, cross country. Doesn't matter what sport it is. There's athletes here lifting weights. The girls' swimming team is getting a workout in maybe. On the other side of the building, that parking lot almost as full because the band, they're here at 6 in the morning doing all of these work too. So when we think about these sponsors who are supporting these Muskies, they're not just supporting the football team. They're supporting all of these kids who are sacrificing maybe an extra shift at a part-time job to wear the colors of their town and do what's important to them, which is play an instrument, play a sport, participate in speech and debate, be a cheerleader, dance team out here tonight. That's one of the best things about Friday night. It's not just the football team. It's all the other student organizations that make this happen.
And I can hear them when I take the dog out in the morning. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, it's all, we both live within earshot of that marching band. And,
fantastic.
It's a great way to kind of slowly ease into the sunrise.
And Chris Falk and the good people at the Muscatine Booster Club always, this Booster Club is tremendous. We talked about them at the kickoff, the Muskie Fall kickoff, all the great things they do for various organizations throughout Muscatine High School. Jefferson will kick off into the wind, so the Muskies will receive the ball and the wind in the third quarter. So Jeff wanted the ball in the fourth quarter. Interesting strategy there. So Tak Portilla and Eli Gay deep. Cross will kick off. He'll set it near the left hash as we're just about ready to go. This kickoff, and all kickoffs sponsored by Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza. There's the approach and the kick, and it's going to be a short kick. And it's going to go not out of bounds. He's got to pick it up. And Eli Gay almost let it die in bounds, but he did fall on it at the last minute. That would have been a huge turnover. Inside the 10 at the 9. Eli thought it was going to go out of bounds. He let it roll, and it stopped. Boy, that was close, Joel.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where, you think back to Jonathan Parker for the Hawkeyes a few years ago, who had a significant snafu.
He caught it.
It's not the same.
No, I know.
In practice, sometimes you get lackadaisical with that fundamental of the other team can field the ball and it's their ball.
Trips left for the Muskies. Bordy to the right. Nimley and Orr in the backfield. 1st and 10 Muskies from their 9. And there's a whistle, and it's going to be a false start in the Muskies to open the third quarter.
So that's a rough way to start off the half here. But you've got to just flush it and move forward. And it's an interesting, not the way they drew it up, I'm sure, in the halftime conversation.
Bordy right for the Muskies. Cooper Zeck and Eli Gay wide left. And now Hardy shifts to the right also. Nimley in the backfield. And Timmy gets it over the right side. He's over the 10. Or right at the 10. A good run by Nimley. And the tackle's made by Moore. So we'll call it a gain of about 6.
So you get about a 2nd and 9. But that's a really important play just to not have the shadow of your goalpost.
2nd and 8 from the 11. Trips left. Bordy right for the Muskies. Or blitz is on. They try to get Nimley to the ground, and they do. Good pursuit that time for Jefferson by number 60, Maxwell Madsen. And a loss of 1 will bring up 3rd and 9, Joel.
Yeah, this is maybe when you get that screen and draw situation, but also Cooper Zeck maybe in the seam.
2-by-2 for the Muskies on 3rd down and 9 from their own 10. Or back to pass, sets his feet, shoots it out. He's got Gay over the 15. He's brought down on a good tackle. He'll be short of the first down. Good tackle by number 34, Noah Fernandez for the Jayhawks, and the Muskies going to have to kick this one away.
But a really nice throw to the wide side of the field by Carson Orr, showing you that he's got some arm strength there in the pocket.
4th down and 2 Muskies from their own 17. 10:30 to play in the third. We're all tied at 7. Leggins stands at midfield for the Jayhawks. Frazier on to punt for the Muskies. He bobbles a snap ball on the ground, and Jefferson's going to recover it at the 7-yard line, and they'll have 1st and goal. A bobbled snap on the punt attempt by the Muskies. That time by Josh Frazier, and Jefferson will have 1st down and goal on the Muskie 7.
This is where we got to see what the defense has from their sudden change mentality. This is where you have to be kind of heighten your focus and respond in these sudden changes. I mean, that's fourth down, but that's essentially a turnover deep in your own red zone.
So Jefferson comes out, and boy, this is exactly the kind of start the Muskies didn't want. They had the win to open up. They didn't field the opening kickoff. They had a penalty on first down, couldn't convert, and now a fumble on fourth. They go Wildcat, Leggins in the backfield, and their man's short. And there's a snap. Leggins gets it. He runs to the right side. He's over the 10, and he's out of bounds at about the 5. He's going to gain a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Good pursuit by the Muskies to get him out of bounds there by Tovar and Schmelzer.
Leggins is such a big physical runner. I've been really impressed with him this evening.
We'll call it the 4, a gain of 3. Coyle jumps in now, the quarterback. Jake Coyle comes back out.
And he's been effective with his legs tonight as well. And he's going to go back out, split out as a receiver.
He's got Smith, Garrison, and now it's Leggins again, straight up the gut. He's going to go into the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown run by Ezekiel Leggins. 10:06 to play in the third, and Jefferson back on top, 13-6.
Yeah, and that defensive drive was really set up by the errors that happened in special teams and the offense, and you can't place blame. This is a situation where you just have to flush this last series and move forward.
Coyle to hold, cross to kick. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is on its way, and it is good. 10:06 to play in the third. The Jayhawks 14 and the Muskies 7. We're stepping away for 60. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Home is your most valuable asset. Protect it with a metal roof from Affordable Metal Manufacturing.
After a hailstorm, we had damage to our roof. We got a new steel roof from Affordable Metal. The service was excellent. The contractor put it on really fast, and my wife and I love that our new steel roof has added value to our home.
Call Affordable Metal Manufacturing in Muscatine at 563-264-8212 and ask about their standing seam roofing sale.
Let Vision Center PC help you with those dreaded 3 little words, back to school. Until September 1st, we are offering children 18 and under free transition lenses with the purchase of a complete pair of eyeglasses. Protect those delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays. Call our office today to schedule your child's back to school exam. 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
We are back at Muskegon Community Stadium. After the fumble, 2-play, 7-yard drive for the touchdown. There's the kickoff by Cross. Gay runs up, goes between his legs, and now Eli runs back, grabs it at the 6, breaks a tackle at the 10, 15. He's out near the 20, and he's taken down as he recovered there after a misplay on the kickoff. The Muskies fumbled on 4th down on the punt attempt, and Jefferson converted 2 plays, 7 yards. As Ezekiel Leggins went in from 4 yards out, they lead 14-7 with 10 minutes to play in the third here. Muskies first down on their own 20.
This is where you just have to hit the reset button and just move forward. I know I say that a lot, but it's really one of the most valuable things that you can learn as an athlete is how to flush it and just forget about it and keep going.
Plenty of time, wind at their back. Muskies need to change momentum here 2 by 2, and Nimley shifts in front of Orr now on first down. Carson back to pass, sets. Now he rolls to his left, looks downfield, rushes on, down he goes. As a big play again by the linebacker. He's had a heck of a night, Jacob Thompson. And he took him to the turf for a 7-yard loss back at the 13.
Yeah, Thompson's really had a nice game on the defensive side of the ball, and he showed some flashes on offense too tonight.
Hardy, Bordy, and Gay to the right. Zeck at H-back. On 2nd and 17 from their own 13. Orr gives to Nimley. Tim up the gut. He's swallowed up from behind by number 60. Maxwell Madsen, who's made a couple of big tackles here in the third quarter. Going to be a gain of 1. 3rd and 16 Muskies on their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, we're starting to see that defense that we kind of were told about from the Muscatine coaches really solid up front in the front four, and they're starting to change line of scrimmage back this half.
Twins right, Hardy left for the Muskies on 3rd and 16. 8:55 to go in the third. Muskies trail by 7. Orr back to pass. Sets. Now he rolls right, throws, and it's incomplete. Nobody there, and it'll be 4th and 16 as Carson took a shot at the end of that one. And now there's a Jefferson player
I think we
down.
had some friendly fire there as they were trying to converge on the quarterback. 2 Jefferson players.
Austin Schulte down. And he's holding his left elbow or forearm.
And Schulte's had a nice game on defense, and on that last touchdown run for Jefferson, he was able to really blow his man back from the tight end position. There is a flag
Late
on the ground,
flag.
too. So I don't know if they're going to call intentional grounding here.
I think they threw it late, and I know they were talking about it because the side official ran in.
It looked like he was outside of the tackle box. The ball went across the line of scrimmage.
And it is a grounding call. On 3rd and 16, a grounding call, which typically I believe goes for a loss of down, Joel, right?
Yeah, so it's basically essentially
you have
a
to
sack.
take it, yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a sack. So they're just rewarding the defense for getting pressure on the quarterback.
Let's hope Schulte's okay as they tend to him here.
Uptown Motors voted best used car dealer with full service department as well. Bringing you Muskie football along with Rivo Incorporated, your custom fireplace headquarters. Buffalo Wild Wings, good sports, good fun, and Harper Cycling and Fitness. Greg and Charlie Harper remind you bicycling is a great activity, so go see Greg and Charlie.
Schulte gets up.
We got to get you on one of those penny farthing bikes with the big wheel in front.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe the 4th of July parade next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I would be on the ground. They pushed us back to the 5 after the grounding penalty. Muskies with a long way to go on 4th and 25. And Bordy stands just inside the back of the end zone. And the left footer gets a kick away with a wind. A good kick. Leggins retreats, fumbles it. Now he picks it up at midfield. Stutter steps down at the 47, and the Muskies get him to the turf at the 45. Good coverage by the Muskies and a really good kick by Carson Bordy to get the Muskies out of that pinned-in area.
So Takportia, gunner on that punt, misses the first tackle, and while the returner was dancing around trying to come back, he's able to get back into the play and bring down the returner for a minimal gain.
1st and 10, Jeff. On the Muskie 45, the Muskies with 2 possessions, no first downs. They've gone backwards and 1 turnover on their 2 possessions with the wind. Jefferson cashed in on the first with a 7-yard drive and a touchdown. And now they have 1st and 10 on the Muskie 45 for their second drive of the third. They lead 14-7 with 8:36 left in the third. There's a fumbled snap, ball on the ground. And I believe the Muskies have it. And they do. Tim Nimley comes out of there with it. The refs are looking for the ball, and Nimley's holding it up, running to the sideline. Something didn't look right on the snap, Joel.
Yeah.
Either he left before the snap or the Muskies were off sides, but it was really just the communication, I believe, between
I don't think
center
we were
quarterback.
off sides. I think it was another situation where they timed it up, and the quarterback just didn't get up to him. When you have 2 guys double eagle on that center like that, sometimes they get a little quick.
So both teams trade turnovers, and the Muskies now 1st and 10 on their own 45. Big opportunity for the Muskie offense. Or back to pass. Tries to flare it in the slot, and he gets it to Gay, and it's going to be a gain of maybe 1. Jeff really defended that well.
Thompson's slow to get up for the Jayhawks.
And he's played a whale of a game, and now he's on the ground. With 8:13 to play in the third. Gain of 1, it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Muskies in around 46.
Yeah, he blew the screen right up, and I don't know exactly what may have happened to the young man.
And it looks like he's cramping.
We saw a lot of that in the sophomore game. One of the reasons we got a little bit later start tonight was because of several cramping players in the sophomore game, which, as we talked about at halftime, victorious sophomores for the Muskies.
Muskie sophomores 2-0 on the season with wins at Central and home versus Jefferson. And the Muskies Next travel to Davenport West again, another Thursday night game next week.
We've got 3 of our 4 road games this year at Brady Street Stadium.
That's crazy. Yeah. We don't have to travel very far this year.
I know. Next year, we get to go to Johnston next year.
Johnston.
And
That'll
folks,
be fun.
if you want to circle a game on the schedule, obviously all Muskie games are great, but there's a home game against Johnston, which is a district game, and Johnston's looking to maybe be one of the top teams in the state, and it's a team that we haven't seen play locally here in a long time.
Take Friday off, leave in the morning, go to Jordan Creek Mall or something for a
That's
while.
here.
Then go
that
to the
game's
game.
here. The Johnston game
Next year,
next
I'm talking. Yeah.
Go see their outstanding marching band
Yes.
at Johnston. I know they're not listening, but fellow Morningside Mustang Jason Heron, director of
Joe
bands
Hammond. Hammond can pass that information along.
at Johnston High School. I don't want to get too far ahead, but they are stretching and Thompson out on the field as we are in an injury timeout. Rivo Incorporated, again, your custom fireplace headquarters. First National Bank of Muscatine, proud sponsors of Muskie activities, and Toyota of Muscatine. They're driven to give you an excellent experience. And Westside Store, Godfather's Pizza. Ask about the rewards program.
Thompson getting up, walking off. He'll be back out there. Gets a little more juice in him. He'll be ready to go.
So is the rewards program like the old Book It program where for every gallon of gas I get a star on a card?
You just
and I
swipe
can
your
get a personal,
card.
I can get a
Save
personal
money at the pump. You can get discounts on
Pizza?
pop, chips, all kinds of good stuff. Ask about it and get one. 2x2 for the Muskies, 2nd and 9. Or gives to Nimley. Tim over the right side, taken down for no gain. Nice play there. Looks like number 55. Good play. And that's Mason Long. So a loss of 1, 3rd and 10 Muskies from their own 45. Trips left.
Do they call the small pizzas at Godfather's the Fredos? Like, what do they call
They're
them?
minis.
Minis.
They're minis. And every Tuesday, 2 minis for $6. Anything. Or back to pass. Or actually, now he gives it to Nimley. Nimley over the left side. Muskie string it out. Tim's got room. 40 down the sideline and out of bounds as Tim Nimley got to the edge. That's one of the few times Jefferson's given him the corner, and Nimley showed his speed that time and out of bounds inside the 35 at about the 33.
Well, and when you look back at this, you see Hardy. He was starting to hunt back maybe for that peel back block, but he realized that Tim had beaten him, so he gets down the sideline and gets another block downfield. Great job by the whole team to spring Nimley on that.
17 yards. 22 yards. Nimley actually this time inside the 30 on a strong run. And he's down near the 25 to the 26. The ball came out late, but it was blown dead. So we're going to call this a gain of about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. And I think Nimley is he's starting to wear on the Jeff defense. They keep pounding him, and what a weapon to have. Just a sophomore. Trips right for the Muskies. 2nd and 2 from the Jefferson 26. They trail 14. There's a wide snap. Orr's got a fall on it. And a big loss back to the 39-yard line. That's the second time they've gotten in that range of the field. And now Orr is cramping up, holding his left leg. As that's a huge loss of 13. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 15 for the Muskies at the Jefferson 39. Carson Orr cramping up, and they're going to have to bring in a –
and that'll be Sam Wieskamp. Looks like he's going to get the call here to come in and play this snap.
Sammy Wieskamp trots out now. It'll be 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of programs that have a junior quarterback who's got the arm strength that Sam Wieskamp has. He's a tremendous passer, and he's really a good student of the game. So this isn't a backup quarterback that you can be very comfortable with handing it off. Throwing it.
Trips left, Zek to the right. Wieskamp back to pass, rushes on. Sam gets it, throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Gay. What a shot given to Sammy by Ligon, the blitzing outside linebacker, and it's going to be 4th and 15 now for the Muskies from the Jefferson 39. And the Muskies going to have to kick this one away with the wind at their back. But it's just down and distance dictates this as Carson Bordy into punt. And Hawkins deep this time for Jefferson.
Been able to flip field position here, hopefully.
There's the snap to Bordy, a good one, and a kick by Carson. And a good kick, and it's going to roll into the end zone, though. Out of bounds. Jeff will take over at the 20. 6:16 to play.
Community Bank and Trust, putting people first in Muscatine, Wilton, and Columbus Junction. The Burrito Factory, home of the wet burrito and your no-carb burrito bowl as well. And Bosch Pest Control, bringing you Muskie football. Don't squash them, bosh them.
14-7, Cedar Rapids Jefferson. They lead the Muskies. We were tied at 7 at the half. The Muskies opening drive of the second half. On the punting play, they fumbled the ball. Jefferson recovered on the Muskies 7. 2 plays later, got in the end zone. Ezekiel Leggins, and it's 14-7 as we stand with 6:16 to play in the third. There's a false start. Both teams a little shaky here in the second half, and it's going to be 1st and 15 Jayhawks.
But these are the times in a game where if you're tired, sometimes your head can kind of cloud over. You start making some mental mistakes. And communication is really paramount at this stage of the game. Between your offensive lineman and quarterback.
Jeff breaks a huddle now. Coyle in the backfield along with, looks like number 21 is checked in now. Garsani, and he gets it over the left side. He's got some room. 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield, 40, and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle for the Muskies, as that was a huge run. Garsonet took it over the left side, 35. We'll call it a 52-yard scamper to the Muskie 33.
Yeah, good read there by Coyle, getting that pitch out there on the speed option. And Garsonet just turned the corner.
Impressive speed. And just like that, Jefferson in business in Muskie territory. First down on the Muskie 33. Coyle in the pistol, back, flips it over, and it's caught by Robinson, but he's going to lose a couple. Good defense by Tegan Schmelzer for the Muskies.
So far, the big plays by each team haven't resulted in a touchdown, and the defenses have had opportunities to regroup. See if Muscatine can continue that trend.
2nd and 12 Jayhawks on the Muskie 35. 5:35 and ticking in the third. Cedar Rapids Jeff 14 and the Muscatine Muskies 7. Twins left for Jefferson. Hawkins right. Coyle back to pass, sets, throws. He's got his man, and it's incomplete, intended for Hawkins at the 30, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
Yep. So good pressure there from Brendan Broders. Maybe speeding up the delivery from Coyle.
Watch this Muskie replay. Immediately following the game, you can go to thevoiceofmuscatine.com and check this replay out on the voiceofmuscatine.com website. And filled with sponsorship commercials, great community sponsors. Folks, you got to check that out, and it's on 10, 3, and 8, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on Channel 9. There's a fake handoff. Coyle keeps it. He pulls it out of his belly, keeps it, and he's going to gain maybe a yard. It's going to bring up 4th down and 11, and they're going to kick this one away, I'm sure, into the wind.
A good job by the Muskie defense.
Be 4th and along 11, the ball just inside the 35-yard line. 5 minutes left here in the third. Great night for football. Been a beautiful night in the stands. A nice breeze. The rain held off. No rain in sight. And it's high school football. What's better than Friday Night Lights? Cross will punt, and the Muskies have nobody deep. Let's see if they come after this one. And there's a flag, a delay of game, which was probably intentional.
It didn't look like it from the Jefferson punter. He was frustrated. He had a late guy run on.
Let's see if the Muskies put a guy back this time. Coach wanted to decline that penalty, but they did take it anyway. Jake was waving like he didn't want it. Now Gay goes back. So the Muskies do send a return man deep. There's a high snap, and it's blocked. Will Zillig blocks it, and the Muskies with their second block punt of the night. A high snap forced that one. Cross had to go up for it, and by the time he came down, the big senior, Will Zillig, got his paw on that, and Muskies are in business again, 1st and 10 on the Jefferson 47.
Yeah, just tenacious effort from the senior. And again, with these rugby-style punts and these more spread punting, if you have a bad snap, it throws the timing way off, and there's just too much space for guys to run through and block it.
Twins left and right on first down. Carson Orr back on the field. He gets a snap. Now he gives to Nimley over the left side. Tim breaks a tackle. 40. Stutter steps to the left. 35. Down to the 32. Nimley, 15 yards, carrying tacklers. 1st and 10 Muskies.
That's a good hard run. Really good job from the left side of the offensive line to get a big push up front there. Number 52, Tom Lobianco. And was that Matthias who's over there with? No, Brandon Bryant doing a nice job.
Twins on either side for the Muskies. This is Orr. Tucks it. Now he throws to Gay, and it pops off his pads up in the air, almost intercepted. It'll be 2nd and 10.
A really good job from Kenneth Moore to get around and get a hand in the throwing lane and tip the ball away from Gay without drawing an interference call.
2nd down and 10 Muskies. 4:05 to play here in the third. Trips right for the Muskies. Now Gay shifts into the backfield along with Nimley. Carson, high snap. He gives to Gay over the left side. Eli trying to get the edge. He does. 30, 25, and he's pushed out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and short now for the Muskies.
Yeah, good change up there, motioning, changing the formation. And you got to get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and that's a good way to get it into Gay if you're having a hard time getting it to him in the passing game.
Gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 24-yard line. Twins left, Twins right. Wouldn't be shocked to see Nimley get one here. Or high snap. He gives to Tim, left side. Tim bounces off a tackler. Oh, they blow the whistle. Tim Nimley's still running. Wow. And that, folks, that might be a questionable call.
Yeah,
Tim Nimley hasn't gone down by the first man all
one-on-one
night.
situation. That's just pure.
So it's 4th and 2, a 1-yard run, and Nimley might have got the first down if they didn't blow the whistle.
His forward momentum was nowhere near stopped.
Watch out on our rebroadcast. 4th and 2 Muskies from the Jefferson 22. Back to pass. Orr throws. Got a man Gay. He's going to get the first down just right at the 20-yard line. He's going to gain it by a yard. So an efficient 4th down play and a first down for the Muskies.
Got another player down for Jefferson here.
And that's Moore this time, and he's played a lot on both sides, and you got a lot of two-way players on both teams, especially Jeff. 3:19 left in the third, and the Muskies trail Jefferson 14-7. Folks, we're stepping away for 30 seconds. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Home of the 40s, serving Muscatine, Wilton, West Liberty, Iowa City, and the Quad Cities area for years. Pete's Tap serves appetizers, wings, burgers, fish, and more. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 2 a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10 on Sunday. Pete's Tap has over 30 different sauces for wings. Take advantage of their abundant sauces during Monday's 50-cent wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar, come as you are. Pete's Tap proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies!
We are back at Muscatine Community High School, 3:19 left in the third quarter, and the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks lead the Muscatine Muskies 14-7. Muskies have a drive going, though, first down just inside the 20-yard line of Jefferson as they've entered the First National Bank red zone. Go on down to First National Bank. See Nate Meineke for all your commercial loan needs. Nate Meineke at First National Bank.
And, Moore's coming off the field, unfortunately, he's a little banged up. So you've got a new player coming in, and he's done a nice job on Gay in the slot. This is maybe where you want to challenge that new guy that's in. Maybe hasn't adjusted to the speed yet, and take advantage of that sub.
Trips right for the Muskies.
No safety high. Good
and Jefferson jumps into the neutral zone. The Muskies may get a quick 5 here. And they do. Offsides Jayhawks. So it'll be 1st and 5. We'll call it the 14-yard line. Muskies need to get just inside the 10 for a first down. Bordy and Hardy and Gay to the right. There's a high snap. They give it to Nimley. Left side, Tim at the 10. Dances. 5. Touchdown, Muskies. Tim Nimley from 14 yards out. And the Muskies are within 1 at 14-13.
And another tip of the hat formationally to Coach Mueller, giving trips to the wide side of the field, keeping the numbers balanced so that way Nimley actually has the only person who's there to stop him is him one-on-one with a safety. And that's a matchup that as a Muskie you will take every day and twice on Sunday, because Tim Nimley, as powerful and as skilled of a runner as he is, you get him one-on-one in space, it's trouble for the other team.
Muskies now, Carson Bordy on for the extra point to tie this thing up. As they've come back, and they needed a touchdown with the wind here. The wind has died down a little bit. There's the snap and the kick by Bordy, and it is good. 2:54 left in the third. And, folks, we're tied at 14. We're stepping away for 60 seconds. So listen to Muskie football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex. Or maybe your just doesn't work. Whether it's a service call, remodel, or new construction, Kirk Butcher Plumbing brings you quality, friendly service with over 40 years of experience working for you. Kirk Butcher Plumbing is the area's leading plumber serving all of Muscatine County, offering you the best rates, so you not only get experience, you save money as well. And his fast, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Call Kirk Butcher today, 264-6105.
Community Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of area high school athletics and activities. You can find Community Bank and Trust locations in Columbus Junction, Muscatine, Wilton, and Wapello. Here's to a great year in the classroom and on the field. Visit Community Bank and Trust online at www.commbk.net and download the free Community Bank and Trust mobile app available for iPhone and Android devices. At Community Bank and Trust, they put people first. Member FDIC.
High School, and the kick goes through the end zone for Carson Bordy. That extra point, want to make sure we mention, is sponsored by Rivo Plumbing, and the kickoff sponsored by Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza. The Muskies' Tim Nimley starting to wear down that defense, and after the Will Zillig block punt, the Muskies go 43 yards on 7 plays, and Nimley punches it in from 14 yards out. Yeah, we're tied at 14.
To turn that blocked punt into 7 points and not 3 is a tremendously efficient conversion from the Muscatine offense, and it's just that's what you have to do to win ball games. These young players and these players who played a little bit last year are starting to learn the little things you need to do.
Coyle back to pass, flares it out. He's got leggings, and the Muskies are there. Shelagowski and company take him to the ground for a big loss. Shelangowski hits him hard and helps him up. What a gentleman.
Yeah, big pursuit there.
Back on the 13-yard line, a loss of 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 17 for Jefferson.
And Shelangowski's a guy we haven't talked about too much tonight after being really the star of the game on defense for the Muskies last week. And you got to think that they saw something on film. They're like, let's maybe go the other way.
Got to get that guy blocked. Yes. No doubt about it. 2:18 and ticking. Third quarter, we're tied at 14. Been a great high school football game. Jefferson goes twins left. Jacob Coyle now under center. Blitz is on by Zillig. Yes. Down he goes. Will Zillig have a night. A big tackle for a loss. He's the man that just blocked the punt. And this is back at the 10, a 3-yard loss, and it'll bring up 3rd and 20 for the Jayhawks.
I have never seen this much success at anticipating a snap count from a blitzer as what Muscatine has had tonight. You got to think that they've picked up on something.
So what do you do, Joel, if you're an offense?
I mean,
you just change your snap counts?
You change your snap counts, but I think the times they've tried, they've gotten false starts on Jefferson. So it's a challenging thing.
Twin backfield, Coyle back to pass, flares it out, and it's incomplete. 3rd and 20. Becomes 4th and 20, and the Muskie defense holds with a minute and a half to go into 3rd, and they're going to get the wind in a good field position here to end the quarter.
And I'm not sure that Dalton Sell didn't get a few fingers on that and disrupt that pass.
Eli Gay, the explosive Eli Gay, wearing 23 after a future Bear Hall of Famer, Devin Hester, as Cross stands in his own end zone.
Has to be a Bear. There's no one
Of
else
course.
good. who's
Devin
won
Hester was the
23.
greatest return man of all time.
I'm not disagreeing.
I don't think anybody can argue with me on that one. There's other things they can win the arguments on. There's cross, the run-up, and the kick, and it's going to bounce. Gay takes it on a hop at the 45. Gay to the outside 40. 35 gets to the edge and ushered out of bounds. Great field position for the Muskies at the Jefferson 32-yard line with 1:20 to play in the third.
Yeah, you got the wind at your backs. But, like we've said, it seems like 24, Tim Nimley, is really starting to wear, and the offensive line is starting to bear down on this Jayhawk defense.
I agree with you. The offensive line, Joel, we got to mention those kids up front have done a fantastic job. You got Lo Bianco at left tackle, Brian at left guard, Matthias at center and right guard, and Stolfus at right tackle. These guys have been outstanding tonight.
Cooper Zek doing a nice job at the tight end position.
Absolutely, Cooper, yes, blocking and then receiving with a big touchdown catch. And Nimley is just saying, give me the rock. 1st and 10 at the 32. Muskies with trips left. Orr gets it, back to pass, flares it out. He's got McDaniel. He's over the 30. Brady McDaniel carries tacklers inside the 25. And that's a guy Coach Truitt talked about at the half. A sophomore from a year ago that's made strides, and he's seeing the field as a junior.
And you think about Brady McDaniel, who's had some injuries in his career, 6'5" out wide there. That's a true weapon. He's a good athlete.
Trips left or right. They give to Nimley, left side. Timmy wears it inside the 20, and he's down to the 16. Nimley with an 8-yard run, a first down. Into the First National Bank red zone. Come see Brian Musell at First National Bank for all your commercial and ag lending needs. I'll be sure to help you. More down once again, Joel. Another cramping issue. 49 seconds to play in the third. We've got an injury timeout. We're tied at 14. We're stepping away for 30 seconds to listen to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
I'm hungry. Let's get some lunch.
Where do you want to go?
I know. Have you tried the Burrito Factory's wet burrito?
Wet burrito? What's that?
Oh, first they press your tortilla right in front of you. Then they fill it with your choice of chorizo, pork, chicken, steak, or al pastor. Then you get your pick of fresh veggies, guacamole, and sour cream, all rolled up and smothered in their house queso sauce.
That sounds amazing.
I know, right? Let's go. The Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine.
Protect your home with Bosch Pest Control. Bed bugs, Asian beetles, spiders, fleas, crickets, termites, moles, and more. Bosch Pest Control uses cutting-edge technology to protect your home from these annoying pests. Bosch Pest Control is always training their technicians so they will be able to provide you the best service and protection. Bosch Pest Control, 1103 Grandview Avenue, Muscatine. Call 263-7965. Don't squash them, Bosch them.
Station and all of us to give you a good product. We work hard to give you that product, but in return, go support these guys. Go have dinner at their establishments. Go, if there's a car wash on here, we got so many guys. Go use these banks in town. Use the plumbers that we're talking about, the Burrito Factory, some of these places. These guys make it possible to talk about your kids who may be out here on the field. And just support local business, folks. Or comes out. There's my little speech.
That's a good one.
And there's Carson back to pass, flares it over to Gay. Gay stutters at 15 and down to the 10. Boy, a great tackle on the play by number 34, or Eli may have been inside the 5. And that tackle there was made by Noah Fernandez.
So here we got McDaniel now isolated down at the bottom of the formation, 6'5" in the red zone. He's got about 6 inches.
There's Nimley over the left side. Timmy to the 5, runs over a man and out of bounds. Right at the 5. And Nimley's going to get a first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Muskies. Where they're going to spot this, we'll call it the 5-yard line.
Body language is shifting between Jefferson
Or
and Muscatine.
gives to Nimley. Nimley stacked up this time. They're going to get him to the ground as Thompson was there. And he's going to lose in Madsen also. He's going to lose about 3. Back at the 8, it'll be 2nd and goal, Muskies. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. We've played 3. It's Muscatine 14, and the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks 14. We're stepping away for 60 seconds. You listen to Muskie football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Marcus Mills here from Trucks Unlimited in Muscatine. We've got tons of truck and trailer parts that every do-it-yourselfer needs. If we don't have it, we can special order it. Nothing is too big or too small for our customers. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, just stop in or call us, and we can help find the correct part, and we will even replace it for you. At Trucks Unlimited, we save you time and money by being local. Stop by and see what we have to offer. Trucks Unlimited is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
Visit Harper Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or city cycling. Stop in and ride away on a new Trek or electric bicycle, professionally assembled and adjusted for you riding around town or across the state. Harper Cycling and Fitness has an agenda to make the world a happier, healthier place by getting more people on bikes more often. Harper Cycling and Fitness in Muscatine is your bicycle headquarters. When you think bikes, think Harper's. Harper Cycling and Fitness is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
38 special.
Back at Muskie Community Stadium, little hold on loosely from the 38 special leading us in. Muskies, 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Going into the wind in the fourth here. Jeff showing blitz, or back to pass, shoots the middle, incomplete. Shooting it for Gay in the slot, overshot him to 3rd and goal.
Yeah, good route from Gay. I think that's the other thing is he's not just fast, he's got good detail in his route. He forces that D-back to get his shoulders turned the way he wants it, and then he cuts underneath of it. Just a little high throw, high into the back shoulder.
Same formation. McDaniel to the left, along with Zach. There's Orr back to pass. He flips it over for Nimley, and it's incomplete. Really good coverage by Jefferson that time.
Good pressure.
Christopher Molyneux.
Leggins with a big shot on Bordy on that play, or excuse me, on Orr on that play.
4th down and goal from the 8, so Carson Bordy will come out for a 25-yard field goal attempt. 11:52 to play in the game, and we're tied at 14. Carson 1 for 3 in the season.
This is a situation where a fake isn't the worst idea in the world, field position.
Jefferson really overloading the right side of the Muskie line there. And here they come. The kick by Bordy is on the way, and it is good. Carson Bordy from 25.
What a great way to get some confidence back in your leg for that young man who missed 2.
25-yard field goal by Bordy. The Muskies lead 17-14. We're going to step away for 30. You're listening to Muskie football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Marcus Mills here from Trucks Unlimited and don't know
what Friday? Thursday is coming for you. You've been the best day of the week for far too long. But now every Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings sells boneless wings at a discounted price. That's right, Friday. Thursday's looking real confident. And it's not afraid to use partial-priced wings to be the big man on the calendar. Boneless Thursdays. We do it for you. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. See participating locations for details. Void where prohibited.
Special teams coordinator Joey Krieger. He's always got his guys prepared, though. They're comfortable in these situations.
Joey he's a great teacher of this, and he takes a lot of pride in what he's teaching his kids on special teams. Puts in a lot of time.
I mean, he's a new father. Having a guy who's a Division I kicker on your staff coordinating your kicking game is a luxury that not a lot of high schools have.
Hard-working business guy. There's the approach and the kick by Bordy.
Big kick.
And that's a good one into the wind, and this is going to drop down at the 5. It's picked up by Robinson. He's the 10. 15. Muskies get him to the ground before the 20. Great kick by Carson Bordy into the wind. Boy, he let that one fly.
And that's got Coach Mueller jacked up, and it should. That is how you handle adversity. You have an offsides. You could let that mistake turn into another one. Big kick from the senior. And great coverage from Takportia and company.
Bordy having a night. Going to mention Togadisa, Tony Nitzel, Dalton Sell across the front doing a yeoman job again tonight. The linebackers, Zillig, Shelengoski, Broders, Sean Brown out there right now. They've done a terrific job all night. Nimley getting a blow right now. 1st and 10 Jayhawks on their own 19. Robinson in the backfield with Coyle. Coyle back to pass, shoots it out to Gabe Coyle, and it's incomplete at the 25. Good coverage by Tovar.
So, yeah, Tovar's his detail. That's a term that a lot of coaches in the secondary and receivers talk about. He is always in position. He knows exactly where he's supposed to be. He's got running a coverage where he can't let anybody get behind him, but he's driving up and anticipating those hitch routes. And so far, he's broken up 3 or 4 passes tonight, not with his hands, but with his positioning.
2nd and 10, Jayhawks on their own 19. Twins right. Ligon to the left. There's an option left with Coyle. He's going to keep it. He's out over the 25 to the 26. Shelengoski got him from behind and finally got him to the ground, but a gain of about 7. Bring up 3rd and 3.
I've been really impressed with Coyle as a runner today. He goes all the way back to the first offensive play of the game. That's something that, again, the film of their game against Kennedy, you really didn't get a good look as to what they were capable of.
Just a junior. I assume he and Gabe Coyle, well, maybe twins? I mean, I don't know. One's 6'1", one's 5'11". They're both juniors. Maybe they're cousins. Not sure. We didn't check with the sports information department. There's Coyle. Blitz is on. They wrap him up, and he's going nowhere. Muskies have a host of people there. Zillig, Nimley, Shelengoski.
Shelengoski on the blitz really was the disruptor.
And they get him to the turf, and Jeff's going to have to kick this one away with 10.5 to play here in the football game, and it's 4th down and 4 for the Jayhawks on their own 25. Jacob Cross into punt. He's punted a lot. This one's going to be with the wind. Eli Gay stands on his own 38. There's Cross. He runs into a high kick, but short.
Gotta get away.
And it's going to bounce, a big bounce for Jefferson inside the 30 and a good roll, and it's going to be dead right at the 25. So a 50-yard punt, and that helps the Jayhawks a field position, but the Muskies get the ball 1st down on their own 25.
Yeah, really been impressed with how the Muscatine's defense has responded this half. Gave up some points, but when the brass tacks has come down to it, the blitzes have been effective. We thought we would see them amp up their.
What was that?
The brass tacks. I may have misused it. I didn't have a cool word.
It's a football game. If you use brass knuckles, I get it. But I'm kidding.
I'm just trying to get into.
You're just way out of my league on some of those things.
That's the only.
No, not at all. Muskies with twins right and left, and they give to Nimley over the left side. He dances into the hole, and he doesn't go down easy, but he does go down after a short gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
But gets that clock rolling here in the 4th quarter, because now you're not just playing against the scoreboard. If you're Jefferson, you've got the clock to worry about too.
9:48 and ticking. Muskies lead 17-14 here in the 4th. Zek and Bordy to the right. Gay and Hardy to the left, and there's play action. Or back to pass. Now he runs to his left. He's going to shoot it downfield for Zek. Overthrows him at midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, good scramble there for Orr. Just overthrew Zek downfield.
Trips right for the Muskies with Gay, Zek, and Bordy. Hardy to the left on 3rd down and A long 9. Back to pass. Or blitzes on. Flares it out for Gay. He's got it. He's over the 35.
Push.
Fighting up towards the first down. He's going to get it over the 40. Great hustle by the Muskie offensive line to help push him to that first down. And really a great play by Carson Orr, Joel, to hang in there and deliver that throw.
Yeah, you know, in the screen game as a quarterback, you actually just have to be prepared to get hit every time that kind of play is called.
Gain of 11. Out over the 41, 1st and 10 Muskies. Actually, a gain of 16. Orr fakes it to Nimley, throws over the middle of Gay, and he's out over midfield. Near a first down into Jayhawk territory. And he's going to be just short. They're going to spot it at midfield, so it'll be 2nd and 1.
You know, he's 165 pounds. He's a much stronger player than I think you think when you see him at first glance.
Trips right for the Muskies. 2nd and 1 from midfield. Orr rolls to his right. Carson looks downfield, rushes on, throws it incomplete to Gay. And it'll be 3rd and 1 from midfield.
What's
there's
that flag?
a late flag.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer on the Jayhawks.
Thompson just unnecessarily just pushed Carson Orr. And that's just undisciplined football.
That's undisciplined and a frustration foul. There's plenty of time, though, 8.5 to go into 4th. But that's a huge penalty on Jefferson and a big first down for the Muskies. And that's another 1st and 10 sponsored by MCC Muscatine Community College. Muscatine's fortunate to have Muscatine Community College. 1st and 10 Muskies now on the Jayhawk 35-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Orr and Nimley in the backfield. Muskies going for the knockout punch if they can get a touchdown here.
And that whistle's just to get the officials all back into their position.
Carson barks out the snap. Nimley left early, no flag. And there's Orr, steps into a throw, and it's almost intercepted by Coyle. Gabe Coyle. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The Muskie staff wanted maybe a defensive holding or pass interference there, but they got away with an illegal shift.
8:34 left in this one. Muscatine 17. Cedar Rapids Jefferson 14. Two by two. Back to pass Carson Orr. Sets, throws it for Gay. It's complete at the 30. And he's going to go down right there, but it's going to be a gain of about 5, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the Jayhawk 30.
Good play there on 2nd and 10. Cutting the distance in half. Now you open up a lot more options. You can run the ball, pass the ball. Really take some of the pressure off of the play caller.
Coach Mueller staying with the up-tempos. Most of these Jayhawks are playing both ways, and they look tired. Nimley in motion. There's a high snap, or flips it over for Gay, but it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 5. Remember, after this game, you can watch it live, or not live, sorry. That'd be silly, right? But you can watch a replay on the voiceofmuscatine.com.
It's such a cool feature because it's on demand. If you have any time, you can go back and watch that.
Watch it whenever you'd like.
And these broadcasts are made possible from Quality Transport. Owners Ken and Dana LaRue with their new 21-passenger limo bus and airport transportation.
That would be fun. 4th and 5 from the 30. There's Orr, flips it over. No, complete. He's got Coopersack, the big tight end. His security blanket down to the 21.
Linus.
A gain of 9 on 4th and 5, and they've gone to Zek a couple times, once for the touchdown and once there. And big catches by the senior tight end, Cooper Zek. 1st and 10 Muskies at the Jeff 21. Twins left. McDaniel in it. Split end to the right. Back to pass. Or pump fake. Looks downfield, and it's incomplete. Shot it for Gay in the middle. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, some breakdowns in the covers there. Gay was open, as was Nimley, and Brady McDaniel was open, streaking down the sideline. An embarrassment of riches. Sometimes that makes it a little bit harder for the quarterback. You get tricked by your own eyes.
2nd and 10 Muskies from the Jefferson 21. Gay slot left, Hardy wide left, McDaniel to the right. On 2nd and 10. There's Carson. He keeps it right side. He's going to go down. A big sack. Good defensive play. Schulte's back in. He was shaken up earlier and he made a huge defensive play and a sack. A big loss back to the 28-yard line, a loss of 7, and it'll be 3rd and 17 for the Muskies from the Jayhawk 28.
Yeah, Maxwell Madsen in there on the action for the Jayhawks as well.
Trips left, McDaniel right. On 3rd and 17, clock at 7 minutes.
Take a shot vertically.
Or back to pass. Flares it over the middle for Gay. He's got it, spins out of a tackle, but he's going to go down at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 7. It'll be 4th and 10 Muskies from the Jayhawk 21, and Jake Mueller will definitely go for this.
Yeah, I actually, you may kick this because Bordy's shown he's got the leg.
Carson is going to come out. I didn't know with the wind if they would try it, but the wind is dying.
The wind is dying, yeah.
Yes, it is. Good call, Joel, because this will set up to be about a 38-yarder.
And it's middle of the field for the left-footed kicker, and so
Carson's had a big night punting and kicking off. The wind has died down. It would have been a much tougher kick in the first half.
About a 44-yarder, 43-yarder?
38. And there's the kick. And Carson's boot is on the way, and it is good. Carson Bordy. 38 yards straight on. 6:12 to play, and the Muskies lead 20-14. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back at Muscatine High School. Muscatine Community Stadium, Brian Musell, Joel Krosauer, and the Muskies had 3 more there. The second field goal of the fourth quarter. This one we'll call it a 39-yarder from Carson Bordy. And the Muskies go on top 20-14 with 6:12 left. And Joel, that's big, but a touchdown would have really been big. So Jefferson still 6 minutes to go. A wind at their back, which isn't as strong as it was, but yet plenty of time for them to make a drive here. Bordy with the kick. And Leggins is going to take it on about his 2. He's to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Look out, he's gone. Hezekiah Leggins is going to go the distance, 98 yards on a touchdown, 10-5 to the house. And just like that, the Muskies had worked so hard to get this lead back. And Hezekiah Leggins goes 98 yards on the kick return, and we're tied at 20 with 5:59 left in the fourth.
Some good blocks there, opening that lane right up, and that's one that you definitely want to have back if you're the Muscatine special teams unit.
Just like that.
Kirk Butcher Plumbing, make the butcher your plumber. Bringing you Muskie football as well as Trucks Unlimited. Bridget and Marty Mills supporting local student athletes and activities, as well as being the leader for 30 years.
Cross on for the PAT, and a Jeff player running out very late. Yeah, Coyle will hold, and he still doesn't know where he's supposed to be, and then he shifts over.
I'm not sure that's a legal formation.
Yeah, they may have to. There's a snap, and there's the kick, and it is no good. He missed it, and we're tied at 20.
Yeah, he pushed that.
Cross misses it to the right. 5:59 to play. Muskies catch a break. We're stepping away for 30. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Need something fast? Come to Westside Store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the Westside Store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from Westside Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
My hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise.
Au revoir! Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Tied at 20 with 5:59 remaining. Folks, we got a great game.
Yeah, really good job by Jefferson to take that kickoff back to the house. Then you have a kicker just pushing it wide right. After, getting a late player on, just sometimes that is just like a putter. A kicker is just like someone making a putt. If you've got someone running through your line, as you're getting ready to line that up, sometimes that can really distract you. And I'm not making excuses, but it's just there's a lot that goes into that particular play that we don't see.
Crossing the approach, the kick. Eli Gay stands on his 3, and he takes it. Gay runs to his left. He's at the 5, cuts back now to the 10. He's at the 15, 20, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So a good return by Gay. The Muskies will take over right there. 5:50 to go. Wind looks like it's whipping a little more than it was just a little bit ago, but it's still not bad as the Muskies had success throwing the football going in this direction here in the fourth earlier.
As we've had a bat just dive bomb the stands, which is always an interesting.
We don't want it coming in here. And we do have a player down, a Jefferson player, and I'm completely blocked off. Another cramping issue.
But when you're in this situation, this is one of those things where having that experience at quarterback is really paramount, because now Carson can sit in that huddle. You're figuring out a way to move the ball down the field, but you've got a guy who's been put in this situation before and been tested last year, and now you've got that opportunity to move forward, and that's just something you can't take for granted as a high school program and have a player with that experience.
Was that a bat that Nick Nitzel just threw in
It
front of
was.
us?
I was trying to hold
Joel,
my composure through that.
I didn't mean to interrupt while you're talking, but all of a sudden Nick stands up, throws it. Everybody's laughing. Well, that was a bat, right? Oh, we don't know.
No,
Unidentified flying object.
I don't believe any
almost
animals
got
were
to the
harmed
booth.
during this broadcast.
Yeah, we're not going to. Well, he didn't throw it. Yeah, we don't want any of that going on. 1st and 10 Muskies on their own 25-yard line. What a football game. We're tied at 20, 5:50 to go. This replay can be seen all weekend long on Channel 9, your home for Muskie sports. 10, 3, and 8, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
And don't forget to go
MPW to Channel 9 or 709 on your HD pack.
Go to the Voice of Muscatine YouTube channel and subscribe, too, to see all of these games as well on YouTube.
There's Orr, pump fake, back to pass, flares it out. Got Nimley for a catch and a short gain to the 29, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, you'll take that.
And now you've got a flag, an ineligible receiver downfield on the Muskies.
It's just a challenge. That's just a challenge when you've got these little 5-yard penalties can seem like death by 1,000 cuts a little bit, especially on first down. It just sets you back a little bit. But in this situation, hopefully you can get a little bit more time off the clock. You can convert a first down here.
So 5-yard walk-off. It'll be 1st and 15 now from the 20 for the Muskies. Hardy and McDaniel to the left. Cooper Zek wide right. And now Eli Gay slot left on first down. Orr barks out the signals. He gets a snap. He gives to Nimley. Tim over the left side. Jefferson's there to stack it up. Short of the 25, it'll be a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Good run there for Tim.
2nd down 11 Muskies, their own 24-yard line.
Need to get something going downfield.
5 minutes left in this one, and we're tied at 20. Twins left. McDaniel to the right. Now Nimley in motion right. Orr back to pass. Sets his feet, looks, taking a shot to McDaniel at midfield, and it's intercepted by Jefferson. Fernandez takes it away at the 40, down the sidelines and out of bounds. McDaniel and Fernandez going up for it, and Fernandez won the battle and a big interception here with 4:40 left in the fourth. And he had him there, and it wasn't a bad throw there, Joel.
No, and Brady went up and went for it. Just
a heck of a play by Fernandez. Really, you got to give him credit for making a great defensive play there. And the Jefferson sideline explodes with excitement, but they haven't done anything. We're tied at 20. The Muskie defense can hold here. 1st and 10, Jeff on the Muskie 33-yard line.
But in that down and distance, I completely agree with taking a shot there. And it was just a 50-50 ball that Jefferson was able to come up with.
Twins right, Robinson and Leggins in the backfield with Coyle. Coyle, option right, pitches to Leggins. Muskie, string it out, down he goes. Brennan Broders with the hammer.
Dalton Sell
at the 37.
Forcing the pitch, and unfortunately Coyle is still down on the ground on this play.
Coyle did take a shot from Sell.
But whenever your quarterback is coming at you and you're a defensive end and the option's coming towards you, you have one job and one job alone, and that is to hit the quarterback, whether he keeps the ball or not. And Dalton Sell did a great job of forcing that pitch. And, well, hopefully Coyle is not seriously hurt on
this. This isn't a cramping issue. It's 2nd and 13, Jeff, on the Muskie 36-yard line. 4:23 to play, and we're tied at 20 as they're talking to their fine junior quarterback. He's had a nice night, Jacob Coyle. And we'll see exactly if we can figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's a...
He looks like he's going to try to get up now.
It's like, it could be a myriad of things.
He doesn't seem to be holding a wrist, or they're not checking his legs. And you don't want to speculate. I don't know if he got a shot to the head or.
Yeah, it looked like it was a good, solid waist tackle from Sell. Muscatine Community College bringing you Muskie Athletics along with Toyota of Muscatine and great clips. It's going to be great. Download the app. Never wait for a trim again. I use that app every time I go.
There you go.
I know exactly how long my wait is going to be.
Coyle gets up. They're talking to him out there on about the 41-yard line. And he may be woozy.
Yeah, he's certainly not comfortable out there. And
Jackson Snyder warming up. He did play last week against Kennedy.
Yeah.
And Coyle very ginger as he goes to the sideline. I'm not sure.
I think I can't tell if it looks like he's favoring that left leg a little bit as he goes off.
Took a pretty good shot, and Dalton Sell will do that. He's a heck of a football player for Muscatine. 2nd down and 13, Jayhawks now to Muskie 36. Jackson Snyder now in at quarterback.
A bigger quarterback, a little bit taller.
6'4", 180, and a senior. And he gets a snap, back to pass. Snyder sets, fires it down the middle, got a man, and it's caught. Actually, it is caught.
I thought I saw it bounce out.
Ligon with a great catch, and boy, Snyder threw a good football.
Snyder, you can tell, is maybe more their passing, that gunslinger type quarterback.
Down to the 13, a big 23-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 Jayhawks in the red zone now. 1st and 10 at the Muskie 13. 4:10 and ticking here. We're tied at 20.
What a catch there by number 5, Kyron Ligon. That was a big hit he took from the Muscatine safety.
He did take a shot. And now Snyder's, as they go Wildcats, Snyder goes wide right. And the Muskies called timeout, or is there an injury timeout?
I don't know what's going on here.
A lot of players cramping up tonight on both sides.
Yeah, it looks like there's a player on the knee.
Nicole Calvert trots out. It looks like Tegan Schmelzer's down.
He was in on that big hit.
So he was smart enough. If he wasn't feeling right, he was taught to take a knee.
As kind of a little ginger on the right leg as he's coming off. Affordable Metal Manufacturing, bringing you roll forming services by Factory Direct with a personal touch. Get a standing seam roof. Mention the Muskie broadcast and get 5% off your standing seam roof from Affordable Metal. And Vision Center PC, the leaders in eye care. See them in Muscatine, Tipton, and Wapello.
Stay tuned after the game while the Quality Transport post-game show and we'll name our CBI Bank and Trust offensive and defensive players of the game. And we will, you check out Facebook, they have a highlight video. There's a Wildcat. It goes to Leggins over the right side. Muskies string it out and get him down. Short gain on the play as Broders was there along with Nimley. And the clock's ticking away now, and the clock's a big ally of Jefferson in this situation. Going to be a gain of 1 to the 12. It'll be 2nd and 9. Clock at 3:20.
I wouldn't be shocked if this is some sort of gadget play because the coach came out to call it directly to the quarterback. This is, if you're a poker player, this is a tell. Okay, so it's a Wildcat type situation.
Snyder wide right again, another Wildcat. And there's
Counter
Leggins.
back.
He's going to the left on the counter, see if he can get to the edge. 10-5 to the edge, and he's in for a touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown run. And, Joel, you called it. That's one thing they hadn't done yet in the Wildcat. They've run right every time, and they ran the counter in a 12-yard touchdown run by Ezekiel Leggins, and he's taking this game over late. With 3:02 to play, it's Jeff 26 and the Muskies 20.
I'd like to go back and see that to see if there are any pullers. I'm almost wondering if that's the coach coming over to, hey, call this, but tell Leggins take one step right and then just go left. See if you can catch him sleeping.
It's like Hayden Fry calling the naked bootleg and
Absolutely.
didn't tell anybody but
Didn't tell
Chuck
you
Long.
Charlie, remember he called it Charlie.
Yeah. And there's cross on for the PAT, and the kick by Jeff is good. 3:02 to play. The Muskies have their work cut out for them. Jefferson 27 and the Muskies 20. We're stepping away for 30. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
CBI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Mania program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Two big touchdowns here in a span of about 3 minutes. A 98-yard kick return by Ezekiel Leggins, and now a 12-yard touchdown run by Ezekiel Leggins. 3:02 left in this one, and Jefferson leads the Muskies 27-20. 3:02 left, Joel. Muskies got to put together a good driver. Plenty of time with 3 timeouts.
Yeah, this is you cannot panic in this situation.
Cross will kick. And it's a short kick taken by Shelengowski at the 20, 25, 30. He's got a seam, and he's out near the 40. A good hit, but a fearless return by Dalen Shelengowski to the 39. And he's down. He took a shot, and Dalen plays fearless, but boy, he paid the price there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what part might be hurting, but he got him up in the air, and he went down hard. You know, Dalen is a kid who he knows one speed, and that is fast, and he doesn't cut. He goes right at you.
Tough kid.
And
they're checking him out. It looks like his right leg. Nicole checking him out. Nicole Calvert, best in the business. 2:56 left, and Jefferson leads the Muskies 27-20.
Yeah, stretch them out a little bit. Not 100% sure what they're looking at.
And he's going to get up. Tough kid. And now he's going to jog off under his own power. Little limp, but boy, knowing that kid, he's going to be back out there.
Yeah, he's a tough one.
1st and 10 Muskies on their own 39. The Jefferson fans and our student section there have made a nice following from Cedar Rapids tonight. They're cheering on their squad. Twins left for the Muskies. McDaniel to the right. There's Orr, gives to Nimley. Tim over the right side, 40, 45. He's going to gain 5 hard yards, maybe 6 depending on the spot. And they're going to spot the 45, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 Muskies.
Yeah, really good play there on 1st down.
Clock at 2:40. Got to hurry up here a little bit. Twins left. Zek at tight end on the right. There's Orr, gives to Nimley. Tim over the left side. Nimley stacked up, nowhere to go. Good defense that time. Big number 77, Titan Myers in the middle of that one. And the Muskies have got Shane Matthias on the ground, injured. Be 3rd down and 4 for the Muskies from their own 45-yard line. Shane's on the ground. Folks, we're stepping away for 30. Listen to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
You hear Toyota.
Uptown Motors reminds you it's time to winterize your vehicle, and Uptown Service is here to help. We'll inspect your vehicle's tires, belts, hoses, and more for the weather ahead and recommend any work to be done, including engine tune-ups. With winter driving comes an increased risk of collision. Uptown Motors has you covered with our new body shop. We make a stressful experience less painful with free estimates, loaner cars, and expert body repair backed by 50 years experience. We welcome insurance work and may be able to help with your deductible. Uptown Motors Service and Body Shop, Muscatine, just in time for winter and just in case.
Back at Muscatine Community Stadium, Brian Musell, Joel Crosshauer, and Muskie Sr. and outstanding offensive lineman Shane Matthias still being tended to out there. The Muskies have a 3rd down and 4, 45, 2:16 left, and Jefferson leads the Muskies 27-20.
Yeah, Shane's a real leader on the line. He's not the most vocal kid you're going to come across, but he leads with toughness. He's a tremendously tough football player. And it looks like he's
getting him up now.
He's trying to put some weight on that ankle.
See if he can put some weight on it.
He's gonna do whatever he can.
He's a monster in the weight room, I can tell you that.
He's the kind of young man that can really set a tone for a class. I remember having him in 8th grade, and he was the one who didn't put up with lackadaisical effort. And almost looks like maybe it's his right shoulder that they're looking at. Too. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with Shane. But
3rd and 4 Muskies are on 45. McDaniel and Zeck to the right. Gay and Hardy left.
He's also got a doctor for a position coach.
Yeah.
Ben Pohl on the sideline.
Always an asset. Orr gets it. Fakes it to Nimley. Throws. He's got Gay. 1st down into Jefferson territory. Down to the 36-yard line.
So
19-yard pitch and catch from Orr to Eli Gay.
So one of the things about Eli Gay that he does so well is he's late with his hands. And for a sophomore, he doesn't tip off to the defensive backs. He waits for the ball to get to him, and then he gets up and he snatches that ball with his hands. That is a skill that you don't see a lot of sophomores possess.
Very impressive. 2-by-2 wide for the Muskies on 1st down. They give to Nimley left side. Tim dances outside. Cuts it back up in near the 30. It's going to be due about the 31, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 Muskies. 146 and ticking. Shane Matthias just like that sprints back out on the field.
And it doesn't matter if it hurts like heck. He's sprinting back out to make a point.
It's like a dog chasing a bone. He wanted to get back out there. And Shelengowski's sprinting on the sideline. These Muskies don't get hurt. There's Orr, gives to Nimley, left side, Tim to the 30, 25, cuts it back up near the 20 and down to about the 21. We're going to call that another big gain, a 1st down run for Nimley of 11 yards.
Offense is moving nicely right now.
Minute 20, and the clock stops while they move the chains. Muskies still at 3 timeouts, plenty of time here. Twins right. Orr gets it, gives to Nimley, feed the dog. 15, Nimley down to about the 12, a gain of 9. Nimley wearing him out here.
What's this flag? Yeah, timeout Muscatine.
And now it's timeout Muscatine.
And Nimley he's kind of still slow to get up, but because Muscatine is called a timeout here, if Tim can come back, he doesn't have to sit out a play. But we'll see. He's being helped off the field by some teammates. But because Muscatine called a timeout, Tim is eligible to come back in if the trainers deem that he's okay to do so.
Muskies will have 2nd and 1 on the Jefferson 12, 1:06 to play. And they lead, Jefferson leads 27-20. Now Dalen Shelengowski will come in as he's back and ready to roll. And he'll be, no, he's not going to come in. He looked like he was going to come in and be the backup tailback there.
Which he does serve that role, But we might see Gay move into the tailback position here. And that allows you to keep McDaniel on the field, which in the red zone is not a bad thing. This is a 2nd down and 1. That's a really good position to be in inside your own 15-yard line, to be able to get that first down and still be in goal.
Nimley with 180 rushing yards with 1:06 left. Big night for Timmy. Gay in the backfield, 2nd down and 1. And they give it to Eli Gay over the left side. Eli to the 10, first down. It's going to be 1st and goal Muskies at the 10 with 1 minute left. Nimley with 180 rushing yards.
Good timeout management here for Muscatine, too.
1st and goal Muskies from the Jefferson 10. Clock ticking at 55. Gay in the backfield with Orr. Carson gets it. He gives it to Gay over the left side. 5 to the end zone. No signal. Touchdown. Eli Gay, he got to the pylon, lost the football, and the officials didn't call anything, but he crossed the plane before he lost it. Touchdown Muskies with 46 seconds left. And 27-26, Jeff.
Great mechanics there by the officiating crew. The side judge verifying that his feet were still in bounds, looking back to the umpire to say, was it across the pylon when he hit the ground and the ground causing the fumble? That's nice teamwork from the officials. That's another thing you like to see. It's frustrating if you're the Jefferson team because they think that that ball was out. But once it crosses the pylon, that's a touchdown.
Timeout Muscatine. Jake Mueller wants a timeout. The Muskies burn their 2nd timeout now. And Joel, I've seen Coach Mueller go for 2 before in a game-winning situation, but I got to believe they'll kick the extra point here.
Yeah, it really just boils down to how much confidence you have in that 2-point play that you've been practicing all week. And the thing is, though, is Carson's
got the
kicked
tee.
really nicely tonight.
Unless they show a look and go for that. No, but it looks like traditional. You never know if a fake's involved here. Carson Orr will hold. Good snap, and there's the good. And the kick is
good.
Good. Carson Bordy knocks it through, and we're tied at 27 with 46 seconds to play. Folks, we're taking a 30-second timeout. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Classes start soon. Learn more at eicc.edu.
We're back at Muscatine Community Stadium, and that was the Rivo Plumbing point after, the ever so important one that tied up this game. The Muskies, Eli Gay over left side, ran it in from 10 yards and tied this thing up at 27 on the PAT by Carson Bordy. 46 seconds left, and the Muskies special teams here got to be on their toes because Ezekiel Leggins ran the last kickoff back 98 yards for a score.
Yeah, try to pound this one in the end zone here, Carson.
Robinson on the 5 along with Leggins. And Bordy with the approach, and there's the kick, and it's almost like a fake, or not a fake, but an onside attempt. But it's covered up by Coyle, and the Muskies have given him great field position at the 43-yard line. So great position with 3 timeouts for Jefferson on their own 43. And that's what the kick return did to you. It scared you from kicking it deep.
Yeah, it gives you the respect for those deep returners and giving yourself an opportunity to get the ball back maybe and come down and score the game-winning points. But now the defense has a little bit shorter field that they've got to defend.
Let's see if Jacob Coyle returns or if it's number 12, Jackson Snyder, who threw a rope the last time he was
I
in
think
here.
you stick with Snyder.
Snyder's in there right now, and they go
empty.
Trips left. They are empty. Hawkins wide right. They've got Leggins and Ligon to the left, along with Moore. There's back to pass. Snyder, he throws it out of bounds wisely. Great pressure on the play
the
by
best way to
Will Zillig.
To help your secondary when they're basically in a man-to-man situation, put pressure. They're going to call intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
And I think that's a terrible call, but I'll take it because I thought the last one was a bad call as well.
Yeah, it's tough on these guys. The NFL and college give you a lot more leeway on that.
Yeah.
But high school, boy, it's tough. So there's the flag, and it's going to take it back to the 38-yard line, and it's a loss of down.
Well,
flag.
and I believe that the clock's going to no, but they're not going to start the clock. Okay, it doesn't wind.
So 3 timeouts, big play here, and a big play for the Muskie defense.
Yeah, it's huge because like you said, it's a loss of down. It's essentially a sack, is what that intentional grounding penalty is.
The fans that have hung around, boy, they've gotten a thriller here. We may get some free football.
Absolutely.
If this goes OT. Trips left again. Snyder options to the right. He's going to keep it up the right side, and he's taken down over the 40. Going to be a gain of 4 or 5, and there's a timeout by Jefferson with 33.9 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Jayhawks, 3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line. We're tied at 27, and obviously if they're going to burn a timeout, they're going to
take a shot.
Play to win here.
Yeah,
and they do have good field position, so they should. But one issue they've had is punting the football.
Right.
The Muskies have blocked 2 punts, and if the Muskies hold here, they're going to go after it again.
This is kind of a screen draw situation because if it's an incomplete pass down the field, then the clock is stopped, and you're giving Muscatine the ball back with 2 timeouts with maybe in that 25, 28 seconds. And Muscatine has a deadly returner in their own right in Elijah Gay. Community Bank and Trust bringing you Muskie football and Muscatine Community College. The community is college.
Jefferson comes out now. They've got Moore wide left, Leggins slot left, Ligon to the right. Thompson now setting in the backfield, and now they shift Ligon to the left, and Hawkins is right. Snyder rolls to his right, sets his feet, throws downfield to Hawkins, and he's pushed out of bounds, incomplete.
Good defense.
Good defense by Tak Portilla. He caught it, but he couldn't come down in bounds, and it's 4th and 10 with 28.7 seconds, and the Jayhawks going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, Matt Schultz has that defensive backfield really coached up, and they're playing in position and with aggression.
Yes, he does.
So this is so now what do you do? Are you going for it here if you're Jefferson?
Looks like they're burning another timeout with the way they're huddled up.
Have they called it?
They haven't yet. They're burning some clock, and I assume they'll call it. They don't want to take a 5-yard delay penalty.
I just didn't know that you could get a team meeting in with an extra 10, 20
and
seconds.
Now they burn a timeout. 28 seconds left. We're tied at 27, folks. We're stepping away for 30. List of Muskie football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
If your bathroom is dull and boring, stop by Rivo in Muscatine to view Kohler bathroom and kitchen products. Rivo's showroom will help you with ideas and work with you to create a custom design. Is your sink stopped up? How about a dripping faucet? Rivo's talented team is ready to handle your plumbing problems. Rivo is the area's leading plumber and is now available to customers on the Illinois side of the river. Rivo is family owned and dedicated. Enjoy personalized service located at 1010 East 9th across from Family Video in Muscatine. Like Rivo on Facebook for examples of their work.
Muscatine Community Stadium, 28 seconds left, and Jacob Cross is now out here for the punt, and maybe that's why Coach took the time. The Muskies have blocked 2 of these tonight, and another one could be doomsday for the Jayhawks. There's the snap. Cross gets rid of this one right away, and Gay's going to take it at the 15. Eli Gay on a dead sprint to the 20, 25, and there's a flag, and they got him down at about the 20 as Jefferson covered that up well late. And now there's an injured Jayhawk as it's Christopher Molinek, sorry.
He's going to have a block in the back like maybe Dalen Shelengowski just didn't quite get his head back across. And I think in this situation, you're pinned back inside your own 15-yard line with 17 seconds to go. You take a knee and you go to overtime in this situation.
Personal foul on the Muskies.
Well, they may have called that one of the crackback type.
So this will march this back, 17 seconds, and we'll see what Jake does here, if he wants to take a shot or just play for overtime.
My vote would be play for overtime, but I'm up here in the broadcast booth. And
that puts it back to the 10-yard line. Injured Jayhawk still being checked out. A lot of guys been dinged up tonight. Early in the year, you get a lot of this. The heat wasn't overwhelming, but it did seem to be a cramping issue tonight, big time.
Yeah, and I think it boils down to, when you have a cooler week like this, one of the first consistently cooler weeks, you get lulled into a false sense of hydration security. That sounds like really boring. That sounds like a really boring class.
Yeah. Hydration security.
That's an elective in the sports medicine department.
Yes.
Hydration security.
Graduated from a tech school, and I'm going to get a job as a hydration security analyst.
So you are in charge of locking water fountains.
Exactly. What a beautiful night for football, though. And that young man has taken – kind of jogging off the field under his own power. Let's hope he's okay and he'll return. 17 seconds to go. We're tied at 27. Muskies look like they are in overtime formation, we'll call it, and Orr does take a knee, and this clock will run out. And, folks, we're going to go to overtime. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. We're tied at 27. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
As a daily driver, I like to know that I'm safe.
At Non-Emergency Transport, we serve as an extension to your family by providing prompt and comfortable transportation for the elderly, individuals in wheelchairs, medical patients, or anyone in need. Whether it's a doctor's appointment, hospital discharge, or even a family event, 24/7. Non-Emergency Transport services the Muscatine, Quad City, and Iowa City areas. Call 299-3513 today. Non-Emergency Transport, safe transport. That's our promise to you.
Hello, this is Jimmy Greenhoff from Toyota Muscatine, and I would love the chance to earn your business.
We have a great selection of new and used cars. Now is the time.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, please come down, give us a shot. We'll help you out in any way we can.
Hi, my name is TJ Deere. I'm the General Manager here at Toyota Muscatine. Our information is free, so give us an opportunity to earn your business.
Go in the first at halftime. Jefferson scored on a Ezekiel Leggins 4-yard touchdown run with 10:06 to go in the third after the Muskies fumbled a punt snap, and they led 14-7. Then the Muskies tied it at 14 on a Tim Nimley 14-yard run with 2:54 to go in the third. Fourth quarter, a lot of scoring, a pair of field goals by Carson Bordy of 25 and 39 yards to give the Muskies a 20-14 lead with 6:12 to play. The ensuing kickoff was returned 98 yards by Ezekiel Leggins for a touchdown. The PAT was no good. At 5:59 left to play, it was 20-20. Then Jefferson scored again on a 12-yard touchdown run by Ezekiel Leggins, and they led 27-20. The Muskies just scored on an Eli Gay 10-yard touchdown run, 46 seconds left, and that's where we stand right now, 27-all.
So we have some extra football on a Friday night, and you've got extra football tomorrow. Don't forget the KWPC is your home for Iowa State Cyclone football. Has been for years. 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night on KWPC AM 860 and FM 95.1. Cyclones hosting the mighty, I think, second-ranked South Dakota State Jackrabbits. They're ranked second in FCS, and they're going to feature former Iowa Hawkeye Brandon Snyder in their secondary. So that should be a really entertaining game to listen to on our airwaves tomorrow night after you can listen to the Hawkeyes at 2:30 against Northern Illinois on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM.
You bet. Folks, you can watch this replay. Since you're up late and you're listening to us, you can watch this thing if you didn't get out here tonight on the voiceofmuscatine.com. And you can watch it all weekend long on Muscatine Power and Water's Public Access Channel 9 or 709 on your HD package. 10, 3, and 8, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 9 times to watch a great quality broadcast all weekend long or afterwards on the voiceofmuscatine.com.
And we get to be your only home for the live call on the radio every Friday night, all season long, and Thursday nights like we have next week.
Should be fun. KWPC been in touch and tied into Muskie athletics for a long, long, long time.
Well, I mean, it goes all the way back to the Blaine Calkins days.
Yes.
You have many, many people who have sat in this booth before us, and we're very thankful to the team at KWPC for letting us carry the torch for your live Muskie sports programming.
Now it looks like the captain's coming out for Jefferson. Some Warriors there.
So with overtime, each team will get the ball at their own 20-yard line. It might be 15 in high school. They've changed that rule a couple of times in the last 18 years. So they'll each get the ball and each have a chance to score. If you win the toss, typically you go defense first, so you know if you just need a field goal to win or if you're going to have to get a touchdown to secure the victory. But it isn't like the NFL rule where there is sudden death. Both teams will have the opportunity here in overtime.
Should be fun. I can't remember if I've called an overtime game, and this is my 8th year. I'm not sure that we've had one. I'd have to check the archives. It's not ringing a bell, Joel.
Yeah, I
called some great games that went down to the wire, but
the last overtime game I can remember, it goes all the way back to 2006, and I was coaching for the Muskies at the time, and it was when Muscatine beat Davenport Assumption,
yes.
Willie Argo with a bend pole, amazing stop at the goal line to knock off the Knights and punch the ticket to the playoffs.
And both teams' captains at midfield. Beautiful night. Might have been sitting by a campfire listening to us. You might have fell asleep in a chair listening to us. I'm not sure.
Maybe a wonderful.
But if you just woke up, hey, we got overtime.
A wonderful custom fireplace from Rivo Plumbing.
Perfect.
Maybe they're tuned in down at Pete's Tap too.
Let's hope.
So it looks like we're coming
Muskie
down to
offense will take the field.
This is the east end of the field, I believe. I'm all disoriented once I walk into this stadium.
You stepped into that, Joel. I wasn't even going to say which.
Hey, you didn't know the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know cardinal directions.
No, I can say it. I can't explain it.
Oh, me either. You kidding me? Oh.
And the official goes to the 7. Now he goes back to the 10.
So it's the 10-yard line. That's where they're going to start.
10-yard line here. Both teams will get cracks from the 10. And the Muskies get their first shot. And they come out with McDaniel and Gay to the right. Nimley back in the backfield now. Hardy left. As overtime is officially underway. Carson Orr barks out the signals for the Muskies. Carson gets it. Gives to Nimley. Left side. Timmy dances in 5.
Touchdown.
5. Touchdown, Muskies. 10-yard touchdown run. Tim Nimley. And the Muskies go on top. 33-27.
That's how you do it. Put all the pressure right off the first play. Don't waste any time. Gosh, he's special, Brian. He is a good running back.
Just a sophomore, folks. Plays like a senior.
Looks like a senior.
Looks like it's definitely. He looked like a senior as a freshman. Bordy on for the all-important PAT. Muskie strike first in overtime on the very first play. There's Bordy's kick, and it is good. Jefferson will get it, and the Muskies lead 34-27. Tim Nimley up to 190 yards rushing. and 2 touchdowns.
It's such an important thing to do. The challenge is really thrown down when the team has the chance to go on defense first. They're saying, we don't think you can score, and we're going to try to hold you to a field goal here or no score at all. And to come out on the first play and punch them in the mouth like that and score a touchdown. Big statement from the Muscatine offense. Now let's see if the defense can rally.
Coach Mueller firing up his kids, and they're firing up the student section.
And what I like is the student section has shifted down closer to where the action is so they can get a better view
right.
and be a little bit more effective with the noise. There's some youngsters who have fallen asleep in their parents' arms in the stands tonight. This is Friday night. This is what you do. Spend time here as a family.
Jefferson gets it now. Their turn at the 10-yard line. The Muskies strike first. They lead 34-27. A little Wildcat action for the Jayhawks. Their starting quarterback got knocked out late in the 4th. Ezekiel Leggins, they try that same counter, but Shalagowski is waiting there, and it's a loss. Tuck Portilla also exploded in. Back at the 15, a 5-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Jayhawks. And now Snyder checks back in to play quarterback. That's the exact same play they scored a 12-yard touchdown on in the late in the 4th, Joel.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on me, or however that saying goes. I'm not good at colloquialisms. I'm just good at seeing good linebacker play, and Dalen Chalangowski right on top of it there.
Muskies are the defensive champ. Crowd's really into this. This
delay
is
of game.
And now we've got a delay of game. Unbelievable. And that'll be 2nd and goal now from the 20.
And that's all. I mean, on the coaching staff, when you're changing personnel groups, you've got to make sure that you're communicating the urgency of the time clock.
You know, I really think going to overtime broke the spirit of the Jayhawks the way they look here. They look really tired.
Snyder has a live arm, though.
Snyder back to pass, sets his feet, looks, shoots it down the right side, and it's incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Tovar. Boy, he had a man on the inside, too, Ligon. That could have easily been a touchdown if he comes back for it.
Yeah, he was just throwing it a little bit short. He was trying to kind of go to the back shoulder, let the receiver come back to the ball. Just underthrew it just enough.
They kind of like that, though, getting singled up.
Oh, yeah.
On 2nd down, and boy, that was close. So it's going to be 3rd and goal.
You're going to see it again here. I mean, there's really no other choice.
And timeout Jefferson. They're going to use their timeout here. So we've got timeout on the field. We're in overtime. It'll be 3rd down and goal for the Jayhawks at the 20. And the Muskies lead 34-27, and this crowd is just having a ball here.
Yeah, overtime games are fun because, like you mentioned, we can't even remember when the last one
I
was.
can't.
And I remember playing in a couple of them as a high school player, and you seem to remember those games a little bit more just because a lot of things have to happen to get you to that point. And both of these teams have made big plays when they needed to. At Muscatine, no bigger play than that 10-yard touchdown run by Tim Nimley in the first play of overtime.
Called a lot of overtime basketball games, and of course none more memorable than the one about 3 years ago when the Muskies knocked off #1 PV at home. And this one here has that kind of excitement level to it. The Muskies looking to go 2-0 on the young season. Jefferson looking to even it up at 1-1. And it's 3rd down Jayhawks from the Muskie 20 here in overtime. They need to gain something positive here. Let's see if they take a shot in the end zone. Jackson Snyder in the gun. He gets a snap, back to pass, rushes on. He's going to take another shot, this time for Hawkins, and it's caught. Touchdown. Hawkins goes up over Portilla. Good coverage by Takpor. That ball was just put in a good spot, and the Jayhawks are within 1 at 34-33.
Well, and remember, Cedar Rapids Jefferson missed their last PAT, so you're wondering if they're going to trot the T back out there or if they're going to take a chance. Looks like they're going to kick it, but this is blocked. Missed PAT, and this ball game is still over.
Snyder comes off the bench with a big TD pass. And this PAT is huge for Cross. There's the spot, the kick, and it is good. We're tied at 34.
So now,
and we go to double OT.
So Muscatine will start out on defense this round. They won't do a new coin toss. Muscatine will go defense first. Jefferson will go back on offense. And then if they after this overtime, if we're still tied, then they will flip the coin again.
You know, this Snyder kid does have a nice ball. He throws a very nice ball.
And you can kind of tell by his body type that might be what he was when he came into the ballpark, when he came into the ball game. Coyle, you could see, was a little bit more of a lower to the ground athlete, running quarterback. And Snyder looks like, I have to check. It looks like he plays maybe some baseball too. He's got a nice smooth release.
Muskies go on defense now to start. So you're right, Joel. If they can keep him out of the end zone or hold him to 3, they know what they need. But there again, if Jeff gets a TD, then the pressure's back on Muscatine to score. But Muskies seem to have it clicking on offense here.
Would be a really great thing is
turnover.
Pick six. Pick six work real well in overtime. How much time do they get?
I don't know, Joel. It's there we go. And there's the 3-whistle salute for Jefferson to come back out.
CBI Bank and Trust asks about their Hometown Hundreds program bringing you Muskie football. This should be a delay of game, to be totally honest with you.
Quality Transport is our post-game sponsor. I don't know if they wound the clock. And Jefferson comes out now. What a play. What a throw by Jackson Snyder.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, really good coverage by Tak Portilla.
Diamante Hawkins caught it in the right corner of the end zone, and we're tied at 34. Jackson Snyder runs back out. The senior quarterback came off the bench and has played well. Muskie showing blitz. Here they come. Snyder over the middle, incomplete.
I think they might have gotten tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Threw it just behind. You're right. I think it was deflected. And it's going to be second down for Jefferson.
Muscatine dialing up the pressure, trying to speed up that read of the quarterback.
Taking a lot of time. And now they break the huddle. Gabe Coyle wide right. Moore tight end. And they've got Leggins in the backfield. Hawkins split left. So now they've got to delay a game. This is unbelievable. This is about the 4th time tonight. They don't seem to be able to get a playoff in the allotted time. And those are killers, Joel, especially in a games on the line like this. Back to the 15. Those unforced errors.
Yeah, and I really don't know what caused that one because they were at the line of scrimmage with plenty of time.
Now it's second down from the 15. Muskie showing blitz. Ball start. So we're going to push them back to the 20 again, but they scored from here last time.
Yeah, and really because Snyder does throw such a nice ball. So we're going to stick with that same play.
Second down and goal from the 20. Blitz coming. Snyder rolls to his right.
Oh, wow.
He's going to keep it, and he's going to get nowhere, maybe a yard or two. Flowers gets him to the ground.
Nice
and it's
play.
going to be third down and goal from the 18.
Noah Flowers doing a nice job of staying home. We've seen a pretty good rotation from the defensive front for Muscatine. It's a team that's proving to be a little bit deeper than I think that we thought as we looked at some of the preseason reports on this program.
Now a timeout, Jefferson. We're in double overtime, tied at 34. We're taking a 30-second timeout. You listen to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
CBI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muskie.
Home is your most valuable asset. Protect it with a metal roof from Affordable Metal Manufacturing.
After a hailstorm, we had damage to our roof.
We got a new steel roof from Affordable Metal. The service was excellent. The contractor put it on really fast, and my wife and I love that our new steel roof has added value to our home.
Call Affordable Metal Manufacturing in Muscatine at 563-264-8212 and ask about their standing seam roofing sale.
Back at Muscatine Community Stadium, double overtime. And we're tied at 34. Cedar Rapids Jefferson and the Muscatine Muskies. Jefferson with 3rd down and goal from the Muskie 18-yard line. Just a moment ago, they had 3rd down and goal from the Muskie 20, and Jackson Snyder hit DeMonte Hawkins with a 20-yard touchdown strike in the right corner of the end zone. And let's see if the Muskies can hold here. 3rd down and goal from the 18. Leggins and Ligon to the left. There's Snyder back to pass, rolls to his left, rushes on. He looks downfield.
Holding.
There's a holding call. Got a man open.
Incomplete.
Incomplete in the back of the end zone. So they're going to call a hold, and the Muskies can decline this.
You decline it and goes to 4th down, or you take it, and it's now 3rd and 32.
Pushes them out of field goal range, maybe.
Yeah,
he had a man as Moore was shaken loose.
Yeah, they are going to decline it, it looks like. This is kind of one where I'm not going to disagree with you either way you do it.
So it's 4th down now. Do they try the 3? And they do.
Yeah,
They're
like
trotting out Jacob Cross. So he will come on. It'll be about a 35-yard attempt straight on. And we're tied at 34. Big attempt here for Cross. He's missed an extra point earlier. There's the snap. There's the approach and the kick by Cross. Good kick. And this one's good.
Nice kick.
So Jefferson on a 35-yard field goal by Cross takes the lead. 37-34, or 37-34, yes.
So a touchdown for Muscatine wins it.
Muskies know what they need now.
And like you mentioned, coming into overtime, the offense has really been rolling. And was evident on that first offensive play in the single first overtime with the touchdown run from Nimley.
Tim Nimley with 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cooper Zeck, look for him over the middle if they choose to pass.
And you got the big 6'5" Brady McDaniel down here too.
Muskies come out. They've got McDaniel and Gay right. Hardy wide left. Nimley in the backfield with Carson Orr. 37-34 Jefferson. We're in double overtime. Muskies with the football. 1st down and 10.
Hardy's
First and goal
Hardy's
on the 10.
1-on-1.
And there's a pass over the
Touchdown!
middle. They got Carson. They got Cooper Zeck. Touchdown Muskies. 10-yard touchdown. Double overtime. Winner. Chicken dinner for the Muscatine Muskies. Go crazy, Muscatine. In double overtime, the Muscatine Muskies defeat Cedar Rapids Jefferson 40-37. We're taking a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back with a Quality Transport postgame show. You're listening to Muscatine Muskie football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Let Vision Center PC help you with those dreaded 3 little words, back to school. Until September 1st, we are offering children 18 and under free transition lenses with the purchase of a complete pair of eyeglasses. Protect those delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays. Call our office today to schedule your child's back to school exam. 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
Sewer line replacement. Riddle is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in
home of the 40s, serving Muscatine, Wilton, West Liberty, Iowa City, and the Quad Cities area for years. Pete's Tap serves appetizers, wings, burgers, fish, and more. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 2 a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10 on Sunday. Pete's Tap has over 30 different sauces for wings. Take advantage of their abundant sauces during Monday's 50-cent wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar, come as you are. Pete's Tap proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies! a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10
It's
on
got to be the
Sunday.
longest game
Pete's
I've
Tap
ever
has
done.
over 30 different sauces for
Into the
wings.
night,
Take
that
advantage
is.
of their
Right.
abundant sauces during
Thank
Monday's
God
50
it's a
cent
home
wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar. Come
I
as
might
you
not
are.
be leaving till
Pete's Tap
6.
proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies. Visit Harper's Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or city cycling. Stop in and ride away on a new trek or
Night here. No scoring in the first quarter, and you wouldn't have known that after that because it got going. Second quarter, Jacob Coyle, 7-yard touchdown run with 10:19 to play in the second, and Jefferson's PAT was good. They led the Muskies 7-zip. Muskies got something cooking late in the first half, and Carson Orr hit hit Cooper Zek with a 6-yard. It's been such a long night.
Carson Cooper.
Yeah. Cooper Zek with a 6-yard touchdown pass, and we're going to end the night like this too. And they kicked the PAT 7-7 with 4:13 to go in the half. We go into halftime tied at 7. The Muskies went 3 and out to open the second half and then fumbled the punt attempt, and Jefferson recovered on the 7-yard line. 2 plays later, Ezekiel Leggins went in for a touchdown run of 4 yards, and they led the Muskies 14-7, 10:06 to go in the third. Muskies tied it up late in the third on a Tim Nimley 14-yard touchdown run and kicked the PAT. We're tied at 14, 2:54 to go in the third. Enter the fourth quarter, Carson Bordy with 2 big field goals, a 25-yarder with 11:47 to go put the Muskies up 17-14, and then a 39-yarder with 6:12 to go in the game, and the Muskies led 20-14. The ensuing kickoff, Ezekiel Leggins ran at 98 yards for a touchdown, 5:59 left, and we're tied at 20. The PAT was wide right by Cross. Jefferson then held the Muskies and got the ball back, run down the field, and Ezekiel Leggins again, who had a huge night, 12-yard touchdown run to the left. PAT good, 3:02 left in the contest, and the Muskies and had them on the ropes 27-20. The Muskies didn't panic. They took the next drive all the way down, and Eli Gay ran it in from 10 yards out with 46 seconds to go. PAT good, and we're tied at 27, and thus was overtime. Overtime, Tim Nimley took the first play from scrimmage, 10 yards for a touchdown. PAT good, and the Muskies led 34-27 in overtime. Then Jefferson got the football. They had third down and goal from the Muskie 20, and Jackson Snyder hit DeMonte Hankins with a 20-yard touchdown pass in the right corner of the end zone. PAT good. We're tied at 34. We go to double overtime. Muskie defense stood big and tall once again, held Jefferson to a 35-yard field goal by Jacob Cross. Jefferson led 37-34. Muskies get it back, and they score in the very first play in double overtime. They had 2 plays in each overtime, and they scored on both of them. Cooper Zek again, a 10-yard touchdown reception from Carson Orr. PAT not necessary, and the Muskies win this in double overtime. 40-37 to go to 2-0 on the season. Jefferson drops to 0-2, and the Muskies go to Davenport West next week. And Joel, what a game, but the offensive player of the night, brought to you by CBI Bank and Trust, is who?
It's Tim Nimley. I mean, that's a man's performance. 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. And really, even the last touchdown to win the game was set up off of the play action. You just had to respect what that young man's going to do with the ball in his belly. And just really has been a game changer here in the first 2 ball games for the Muskies.
And defensive player of the game, I think we can agree on Will Zillig.
Yeah, Will, dynamite game.
All over the field, Joel, and a Cups blocked 2. I think he had both blocked punts.
We think he blocked both punts.
I know he blocked the second one.
And was just really, really good in the middle linebacker position, defending the A-gap, a couple really well-timed blitzes. And most importantly, he's a senior leader on that D who kind of keeps everybody in the right spot to do what they're supposed to do. And Will would have played a lot last year as a junior, but had a knee injury. And it's great to see him back on the field this year.
What an unbelievable night, folks. If you didn't get out to see the Muskies tonight, hopefully you listen to us. But you can watch this rebroadcast just in a few minutes. You go to voiceofmusketeam.com, and it'll be on there, a double overtime thriller that Joel and I brought you tonight, and the great folks at KWPC at 95.1 FM. We're here getting you every angle they could, cameras all over the place, and a great crew trying to give you the best coverage possible for Muskie High School sports.
Band coming through, cleaning up the stands. And don't forget to tune in to Cyclone football right here on AM 860 at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Cyclones and Jackrabbits in South Dakota State at Jack Trice Stadium. And then the Hawkeyes will be sitting in
Northern Illinois Huskies.
2:30 kickoff pregame, I believe, starts at 12:30.
Final thoughts, partner?
I'm so impressed with what this team is doing right now. 40 points in week 2 with the team that you thought was going to be pretty young and lacked some experience. That experience is confident. That inexperience is confident. And Muscatine, I think, I was unsure what this season is going to be like. This is a team that people are going to pay a little bit more attention to after seeing what they did tonight.
Muskies win 40-37 in double overtime. For Tim Scott back in studio, bumping us in and out of breaks all night. Thank you, Tim. My partner, Joel Krause, I'm Brian Musso. Thank you for listening to Muskie Football, victorious Muscatine Muskie Football. You've been listening to Muskie Football in KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1